early,
goodness.
bro. You were fucking early.
Holy. We're starting
It's
off.
okay, though.
We're starting off marvelously.
Starting off marvelously.
Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are back. Your host with the most.
King Sully and it's Gilleon, sir.
It's Jalon, sir.
It's a great
You know what?
name.
No, we're going to change that name today, man.
What's the name? Let me hear
Big
it.
Jigga.
I like that. Give me that.
From now on,
Okay,
my name
he's
is fucking
he's
Big
Big
Jigga.
Jigga. Okay.
Oh, my God. I
How
swore
about,
already.
What was this? Jay Stanks? How about that?
Whoa.
Whoa. Who's
They
this
don't know
guy?
about that one, man.
Jay
They don't know
Stanks.
about that one.
Nah, we don't know about that. That's like old.
Are you still going with Young Bats?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so
This is how we're starting the episode.
we didn't even introduce him. He's already introducing us.
He's introducing our past.
So, if you're Big Jigga, I'm King Sully, and this is our guest
Our guest
for the
today,
marvelous day,
Alex, a.k.a.
Big Al.
Hides Out. A.k.a. Big Al.
Big Al.
Big Al. Welcome.
How you
welcome
doing,
to
man?
the podcast,
I'm
man.
doing good, bro. The studio's nice. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Just make sure you know.
You know what I'm
Alright,
saying?
well, the studio's nice.
we
bro.
hear you. We hear you.
It's hot, but it's nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a little hot. So if you see the like sweat dripping down, we fucked up.
Listen, Alex, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You know, Gilleon obviously reached out to you for obvious reasons because you have a lot to talk about. So we're definitely gonna get into it. But Gilleon, before we get carried away, set the people straight on our social media.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know how this goes, man. Instagram, Shakin It Podcast.
Please follow.
Please follow. I've just tired of begging.
Why is his personal greater than the podcast?
You know, like I don't even do anything on the personal, man. I post daily on the Shakin It Podcast. So please, just follow that. Secondly, TikTok, follow that there.
Please follow.
Please follow.
Views
Just
are
watch
going
our
up.
stuff. Views are going up, please. YouTube, just follow. Just
Shakin' It.
subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. At
Please
Shakin
follow.
It Podcast. For everything. Everything we do, Shakin It Podcast. Apple Music, Spotify.
We're out here.
We're out here.
Please do us justice and Marcus played.
Mark has played.
You don't have
Watch
to listen to it, just
Watch
Mark
it while
has
you're
played.
taking a shit. Watch it while you're feeding the kids.
Watch it while you're riding the bus.
Wash it.
Wash it.
Wash it.
Watch it.
Yo, if you're with Freedom Mobile, just listen to it underground.
I went and bought my bitch a washer and a dryer. Speaking of washing it, oh man, I'm carried away.
So yeah, follow our stuff, man. Just be there for us, man. Please.
Please.
And I'm not gonna say please anymore. Anyways,
Yes, sir.
let's get to the real topic at hand, yo.
Big boy, Alex Cruz.
Alex, how are you, man? How you been?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing all right. You know, can't complain.
Awesome, man.
How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're chilling, bro. So yo, let me tell y'all, I got the Shaking It segment of the week, bro.
Oh, no.
So
Shit.
we're about to throw it back. We're about to throw it back to a couple years back, yo. So Alex is a good friend of mine. We've been friends for quite a long time, you know. It's one of my main dogs. And one time, he slimed me. He slimed me, man. Jamar was there too.
The man behind the
Unintentional, though,
camera.
man.
Like,
it was
no.
unintentional.
I did nothing.
Jamar didn't know what was going on, but he's part of it. So
This-
fuck Jamar too.
This slime might be greater than when you slime me with the beef patties.
It is, man.
Let him explain.
Really?
It might.
You really
be.
think so?
It might be.
It 100%.
Because the way I was hearing it, it just you can't even explain like
Okay.
how you let that happen. But let him take it away.
Anyways, so it's me, Alex, next homie, Jason. We're chilling. We're drinking. You can chime in whenever you want to defend yourself.
If I need to correct any of the story, for sure.
Okay. We're chilling in an undisclosed area where Alex lives. And we went to the back. We were drinking some Grey Goose. I think this is what, grade 11? Grade 12.
Maybe grade 12.
Grade 11 and 12, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Probably grade 12. So we're drinking. We're turned up. We're good, you know? We're drunk. Yes, Mom, I was drinking in grade 12. Sorry. We're drunk. And we're supposed to go to a party. So we were just pre-drinking,
In
essentially.
the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
So there was like a 30-second walk from my house.
Oh, there comes the defense.
So there we go, right?
Okay.
The party is a 30-second walk from this man's home. Just take that in.
All right.
We'll continue. So now it's time to go to the party. We're walking. We're walking to the party. We're all like in good spirits.
Of course.
We've all talked. We're all ready to go to this party. We're all ready to enjoy. Why does a man like Alex start running to his home, sprinting to his crib?
Full-blown sprints.
Full-blown sprint, bro. The
Nah,
man said,
that's
yeah, yo,
sketchy.
I'm ready. I want to go to the party. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And the man started sprinting away from us.
Nah, that's
We
sketch.
were like a couple doors.
A couple doors away, and this guy just started sprinting to his home.
That's weird. Do you know why, though?
Do you want to explain why?
I don't know, man. I think I was just nervous. It was just we were drunk.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
You said
Nah, I'm
he was
just playing.
nervous.
Yeah, you were nervous though, right?
Yeah.
So he was nervous. But fuck that, bro. Real shit. Fuck that.
Real shit.
Like, we're in your area.
No,
I
Uber
had
home.
no Uber back then. I was broke. No job. All right? Bus fare only. And it was
Oh.
late.
Them
He ran
struggles.
away. So whatever. That's light, okay? Whatever. He doesn't want to go to the party. He doesn't want to go to the party. I'm not going to force him. We don't do that in our friendships, right?
The initial
We're
party.
real ones. Sorry?
He didn't want to go to the initial party.
See, you're skipping too far ahead. You're
Okay.
skipping too far ahead.
Okay.
I go to the party. I'm enjoying myself. Me and Jay are enjoying ourselves, okay?
Fair.
Jason leaves early.
Oh,
It's just me there.
that's messed
I'm
up.
with people that I'm cool with, you know? So we're
Facts.
just chilling. So I checked the time.
Hold on. Jason leaves early.
It's 2:10 p.m.
He's expecting my home.
Thank you, Siri. Sorry.
He's expecting I'm home. He knocks on the door, thinking I'm gonna open it up for him. My stepdad pulls up. Where's Alex? Like, he's so confused, you know? Like, aren't you supposed to be with him? And Jason's just out of his mind. Oh, I don't know, Tito. Just let me get inside, basically, is what he's trying to say.
Wow.
So he lets him inside. And I guess Jay just goes downstairs and goes to sleep. I'm still outside. Okay? So why isn't Alex home?
Alex, please explain.
I was walking, well,
No,
apparently I was running
you were
back
sprinting.
home. I was sprinting
heard you
back
were
home.
sprinting.
And then I saw John Sam, Jamar,
Delphin.
Delphin. I saw Delphin, Jamar, and I think Kevin Pedrano. And then they're just outside chilling by the car.
Okay.
And they're like, yo, what are you doing here? I'm just like, oh, I'm just going home. Would you like to come to a party with us? I'm like, sure. It's going to be at Alvin's. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I just come with them.
This guy slammed you guys.
Y'all heard that?
Shit, we don't need no trial now. It's over.
All right, so he left. Like he went to a different party, left us in the dirt, where we're supposed to sleep at his crib because we had no Ubers and no bus fare to get home at 3 to 4 a.m.
Wait,
I just
it
wanna
was
put
like
that
30
out.
seconds. That's what I meant. We didn't need an Uber.
To your home, but you weren't there. So imagine if no one opened the door for us.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
But they opened it for Jason, right?
Well, this is the thing, right? I got back at roughly 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna knock on the door? That's rude as shit.
They
But you know what else is rude as shit? The fact that this man left me. So yo,
Your friends.
so take this in, bro.
That is some slime shit. I can't
So-
lie.
Thank you. But it's not done. This ain't the worst part.
There's more?
Broski.
Nah. This is some flagrant fouls type shit.
I get there. Apparently Alex lost his mind at the party. He's drinking jungle juice.
The first time I had it. and
First
I
time
was
he drank
partying,
jungle
man.
juice. If you don't know what jungle juice is,
God.
it's a concoction of alcohol. Everything you could think of. Vodka, tequila, everything. Mixed into one with bare sugary drinks.
Oh, no.
The worst hangover.
Deadliest hangover you're catching that after. So you mix
Ew.
everything and you drink it and you're good for the night.
Ew. He
So this
drank
man was off it. He was done. So I leave the party. It's time to go home.
that? Facts.
I'm thinking mans are home. Mans are waiting for me, right? I get there.
Damn, it starts.
I already know mans are going to be sleeping in the basement.
Wow.
I look underneath because there's a windowsill with a window directly peeping into the basement. I take a look. Alex is all cozy sleeping. Jason's all cozy sleeping. So I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. I start knocking on the window.
To wake
Jason wakes up. Right back to sleep.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
you say that Jason saw you.
In my mind, Jason saw me.
You're gonna have to confirm it with him, bro. 'cause
It doesn't matter if he saw me or not. It's not his crib.
And he went back to sleep.
And he went back to sleep. And then I was in the windowsill, huddled up like this.
Okay, so Jalon says that he knocked again, and apparently I looked straight into his eyes, into his fucking soul.
into my soul. Into my soul.
That's fucked.
And he didn't open the door. So it's 3 a.m. I'm in a man's windowsill.
So you're like,
And I'm about to get comfy and start to go to sleep, bro. I'm fucked. All I hear is
Whoa.
footsteps at this point. Footsteps coming to the door. My saving grace. Alex's brother. At 3 a.m.
Shout out Adam.
Shout out to Adam. That man opens the door for me. He's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here, man? You scared the fuck out of me.
so he was already in the home.
He was already in the home. No,
he was
bro.
outside.
He was outside, just coming home.
He was just coming. Oh,
By the
man.
grace of God, he came.
Wow.
And he was my saving grace. And when I went downstairs, I wanted to fly these guys.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's just a little introduction of how this guy's slimy.
That's terrible.
That's a damn
so
a
that
damn
actually,
shame.
let me know if you guys think that's worse than him slamming me on the beef patties when I had a pretty shit lunch.
It definitely was.
I think the beef patties is worse. You know?
There's definitely no. You're
Comment down
definitely-
below. I mean, if they want to comment,
Please comment.
let us know what you guys think.
And that's the Shakin' It segment,
Wow,
man.
man. Thanks for that.
But it's still my
Thanks
dog
for that,
regardless. Yeah, we got a little handshake going on.
Okay.
Got a
Oh, I
little
remember
handshake.
that. I remember that.
Got a little
one,
handshake
two.
going on, you know?
Okay,
Little
okay.
handshake.
That's
Yeah,
good.
man.
So enough about us, man.
I wanted to come here and just run through some ideas with you. You know, we
Of
usually
course.
do this.
Yeah. We have a lot of deep conversations around here, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I know you guys see us fucking around a lot and talking about straight nonsense, but it gets deep over here,
It gets
man.
philosophical for
It
sure.
really does,
Yeah,
bro. It really does.
Right.
So
So I've been
please.
thinking about the idea of authenticity.
Hold on. Before you even get into that, let the people know about, like, a little bit about yourself. Let them know.
Let them know about Big Al.
first.
Big Al. So, my name is Alex. I really like psychology.
It just sounds like an AA class, bro. Alcohol Anonymous or whatever.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh,
Oh,
my bad.
oh. Y'all never saw that. So you're obsessed with psychology.
Yeah.
You love
yeah.
that.
Right
Okay.
now, I'm just really interested into like mental health, relationships, and existentialism, which is like a branch of philosophy. but
Interesting.
That's basically me.
Wow.
Like,
And you came here to talk about, like, just to talk about that, pick our brains a little bit.
I wanted to like, cause I'm working on an idea. I want to like run it by you.
Okay.
So, what does it mean to be authentic? First of all, like, not a trick question.
Just to be genuine.
Yeah, yeah. To be true to
To
yourself.
be
To
true
yourself,
to
yeah.
yourself, your genuine self,
Yeah,
without
Okay.
giving a fuck about anything else other than yourself.
yeah. So, for a long time I had the mistaken idea that being authentic meant being consistent across time and across all situations. So that would look like you're the same person, true to yourself,
Right.
in different contexts. But that's the thing, like, there's no one self. And what I mean by that is you're not just Gilleon with just one personality. You're comprised of multiple selves. You know, like, you inhabit...
It's getting real deep. No. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah.
You inhabit...
Don't cut him off.
You inhabit many cultural groups with you. For example, like, you have your ethnic culture.
Facts.
You have your Canada, that culture within you. You have a subgroup with work. You have a subgroup with us, your boys. And then, like, at school, like, there's different versions of you, right? So I was I'm trying to think, like, which one, I was having a hard time thinking, like, who am I amongst all those versions? Because one time I went to, like, a social gathering at school. One of my friends at school hosted a party. And I saw myself acting, like, shape-shifting in a sense. Because, like I said, we're different.
Yeah.
We're comprised of different selves, right? We have different versions.
Right.
I didn't know, like, who to be. I felt myself, like, converting, shape-shifting into a version that wasn't me. You know what I mean?
You didn't feel like your true self. Like you felt like okay.
At
So
the
what?
party, you're saying, right?
Like-
yeah.
Got you.
Like you felt like okay. Was it like you trying to, like, fit in? Is it
I
something
think
like
a
that?
reason why I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Partly, at least in part.
Okay.
So I've been thinking, like, to be authentic means to, like, integrate all those sub-personalities that you have and just to be that one person. But I think that's wrong. I think
Okay.
remember Big Mouth? Remember that episode when Missy was trying to discover who
Her
she
blackness?
was, her black identity. And then there was that moment where she was walking with her friend, and he's like, okay, this is what you got to do. You got to code switch. I think that's a term where you just switch up your
codes,
language
like,
depending on the context you're in.
yeah, like
Yeah.
people say, you know, like we gotta do that for work and stuff. I gotta be like, hey, how's it going today?
Right.
Blah blah blah.
But when
And
you
then-
see your
So
regular,
But then when I
that's
see
one
the mandem, it's
personality
like,
that you have.
yo, what are you saying? You know? Okay.
Exactly. So that's one version you have. You
Right.
inhabit different groups, different cultures. And I'm using culture broadly here.
Okay.
So, before I give like a tentative answer to solve that problem, like how does that relate to you? Because I know like you're very authentic and like you have so many different friend groups, you know, like you find yourself in different cultures.
Okay. So before I get into what I think, I want to know how you feel. How do you think what makes me authentic amongst other people? What do you think makes me authentic? Like,
I think it's
You've
the
seen-
self-confidence in like knowing who you are.
okay.
That's partly the reason I think.
Do you feel like I switch up based off of which group I'm with, or I'm consistently me amongst whoever I'm around?
To some extent, we're always switching up though, because you're not going to be talking the same language with your mom, and then after with your friends. You know what I mean? Like, you are switching up. It's like your behavior adjusts to the situation that you're in.
so you're just adapting essentially
Yeah, yeah.
to like your environment.
And
or-
that's the thing. Like when I told you I was at that social gathering, I'm like, okay, so here are my friends at school, and how come I'm not showing them like quite a part of who I am, which
Right.
is like when I'm with my friends.
Interesting.
Okay, so then so if you felt like you were kind of switching up amongst your other friends, but like, are you really switching up, or is that just how you are with that group?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it's that, but at the same time, like,
But do you feel uncomfortable? Like, are you like, fuck, I feel like a fake ass? Because I think that's very different. If you're going into a different friend group and you're like, fuck, like I don't even feel right here. This doesn't feel right.
I think okay. So, for example, we have like there's the Filipino culture and then there's a Canadian culture, and a lot of people struggle with this who are immigrants. Like, you don't know. There's conflicting values between those two versions of you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it's hard to like how to assimilate both of them so that they're one coherent. It's a one coherent version of you.
But do you have to, like, I don't know if you have to merge them.
And that's what I thought. I thought that I had to merge all of those sub-personalities within me. What do you think about this? How does that relate
This
to
is
you?
pretty complex. I can't lie.
It is very
'cause,
complex.
like I have to like really think about it.
How you gonna fuck us up like this?
Yeah, like
right
right
at
off
the jump?
right off the bat, I'm like
Right off
shit.
the bat.
Right
How
off the
am I-
bat, my
Fuck,
brain's
yeah.
destined.
How am I gonna chime in? I don't know, man. I mean, I would say I'm similar to Gilleon in how I can adapt to different situations, whether it's socially with friends and all that. But
So
I
like,
think-
you're
I think-
adapting, but
I
who's the
think
real
I'm-
Solomon?
I would say that would be the real me.
So this is the thing. If adapting makes me feel like I'm being fake, then I'll just leave. I can't be around that. Like,
Oh,
I don't
true.
feel like that's right. Like, I don't feel like I'm actually being myself or adapting. I
But
feel
now
like
what
I'm
if it's normal,
forcing
though?
it to fix it. Like,
What
to
if you
fit in.
what if you feel like it's normal though, and you're not forcing it?
Then we're blessed. But
We're
at the
ble-
end of the
okay.
day, this is what doesn't change with me personally. You're not gonna switch my values. Okay, my values aren't gonna switch.
But
Okay.
see, like sometimes you're in groups with different values.
I see what you're saying.
Like your own ethnic culture may have one value, a set of values that you guys adhere to, and then after, let's say the broader Canadian Western.
it's an
culture.
opposite. It's an opposite.
Yeah,
value.
and then
I see
let's
what
just
you're saying.
say your friend group from high school versus your friend group at work. Like sometimes they're just completely different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But for the people that I'm around personally, I never feel like I really gotta change my values. Like,
Interesting.
I let them know what I'm about and what I'm not about. If you're not about that, then you're not for me, bro. It's not like that's all it is. Like, I don't feel like I gotta switch up. I don't feel like I do. Yeah, it's different. Like, I'm not talking to my mom like I'm not swearing at my mom when I talk to her. You get it?
Yeah.
But Around my friends, yeah, I'll let it fly. Like, it's different. But around, like, most of my friends, like, they know what it is, man.
Right.
And I'm talking about my friends, the people I consider my friends. They know what it is. They know what I'm about. They know what I'm not about. I'll never feel like I have to, assimilate to them. I never
Right.
feel like that.
Right.
Me personally.
Because like this is relates to Missy and the Big Mouth episode. Like my culture, my Filipino culture is very collectivistic. They focus a lot on everyone else, and in some sense they're self-sacrificing for the collective.
Right.
But then we're raised in an individualistic culture in Canada, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I see them clashing all the time, you know. And so Carl Rogers, he's a famous psychologist. He had like an answer to authenticity, and I want to like bring it up to you. He had this idea called congruence, and it's basically this idea where your experience, your awareness, and your communication are matching. And I'm gonna give you an example for that.
Okay.
Let's say Solomon's angry for no reason. Okay, he's just yelling, and we're just like, "Yo, Solomon, like,
Why are you yelling?
are you okay? Like, I'm noticing that you're angry right now."
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "No, man, I'm not angry. I'm not angry."
Mm.
See, he has an experience of anger, but he's not, his awareness of him being angry is not there. We both know he's
So
angry.
he doesn't realize he's angry.
He doesn't know, and he's communicating, the communication aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not angry.
Right.
See, they're not matching. They're not aligned,
Okay.
Okay.
right? And another example. Let's say I'm having a boring time on air. I'm yawning. I'm checking my watch all the time.
The door's right? Yeah.
I'm having a boring time on here. I'm checking my watch.
Yeah.
And you guys have noticed that too. I'm aware that I'm having, like, the experiences I'm having, I'm being bored. I'm bored right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm aware that I'm bored. But I communicate to you, hey man, this was such a great time. I dab you guys up. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
See, there was a mismatch between the
Of course.
communication and the experience. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So like, I think like, you don't have to integrate all those personalities that you have, all those versions that are a part of you. You just have to be congruent. So that example that I explained was like incongruent. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't matching.
Mm-hmm.
All those.
It was some fake ass shit.
Yeah. Like, your experience, your awareness, and your communication weren't aligned.
Right.
Congruence would be, okay, I'm noticing that there's a part of me that's coming out. Like, let's say there's a sub-personality that's coming out in a particular place, and just allow it to be like there. And I don't know how to describe it, but it's like an embodied feeling. Like, if you know you're capping, don't do it. Don't say it. You know, don't say, yo, this is the greatest sandwich I've ever had. You know, to
Right.
someone who just made you food or something.
That's true.
And I think that's like one aspect to like trying to be authentic. So
Just don't be fake, man.
But do you think people do that just to fit in?
They'll do it just to fit in or just
Right.
to not hurt somebody's feelings.
no, for sure, that's like
So then those two people aren't true to themselves then.
Definitely
And
not.
they're definitely not
we're
authentic.
evolutionarily wired to like fit in, and like I said before, like some people might not be aware that
That's self-awareness, yeah.
that they're lying or they're being deceptive or they're not being true to themselves, right?
You're right.
So what should we do with these people?
It's more about just us.
What's the
Like,
solution?
Just think of it individually.
individually, like how could you like practice being aware that you are, I don't know.
You're fucking my mind, bro.
It begins with the
Like,
self, though, man.
It definitely does begin
Look
with
in the
self,
mirror
man.
and you have to see, I guess, if that's a flaw in some people.
But
or-
I've realized that not everybody can do that, man.
well, may
not
God,
everyone-
may
not-
God be with them.
I don't
man,
know what the
because-
reasons are, bro. I have no idea. Like, some people can't sit down and look at themselves and say,
I'm a waste man. For lack of a better word.
or yo, the way I'm moving isn't right. Some people can't do that. I've been ranting for the longest time about
I
this
know you
shit.
have.
Not on camera, obviously, but just in general.
Off
you know?
camera.
Some people just don't understand. Is it my job to teach these people, or do I have to get out of character?
I feel the same way as well. I hate that because our ages, we're getting older, right?
We're getting older.
You would assume that with age comes maturity.
And self-awareness.
Exactly. I'm glad he said that. But no, it's the damn opposite for a lot of people walking around that you run into in our everyday life. And it's not our job to babysit these people and to get their life in order. Like, they should realize that shit.
Like,
How
how
do you not know that? Like,
do you feel like it just comes down to being self-aware? Like, some people just aren't really self-aware.
But that would be putting the blame onto them because
But
I don't
but
know. I
then
don't know.
who-
I want to.
but then who's the blame on then? It's the individual. That's what I would have to say. Because then if it's not the individual, then we're gonna blame society, or their cultural influences. They're gonna blame the govy, yo. Are we blaming the govy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to be. I feel like people are held accountable, right? Individuals, for whatever actions or
Or
whatever.
they should be held accountable.
Well, logically, I
Right.
mean, if I go and say "fuck you, Gilleon," and I hurt your feelings, I'm gonna blame the government for me for me telling you to fuck off.
Or you can, like, I mean,
You see what I'm trying to say?
but
Who-
this is tough, man. This whole psychology
we
stuff
have to
is
go
tough.
back to like the
Exactly.
sub-personality part. Let's go back
okay,
to that.
okay. So let's go back to that. All right,
Okay.
No, I mean like, because we're
we jumped a bit,
yeah.
a little bit, yeah. So continue the
So,
sub parts.
so there's this other idea of authenticity,
Mhm.
and it's existential authenticity, and this is basically, it's derived from the existentialists. It's the idea that to be authentic would be a state of being, and what that means is not conforming to the demands or expectations of society, which include like the familial expectations, the cultural expectations, and other people around you in your social milieu.
Interesting.
So, an example would that be like would be like conforming to timelines. You know, I think we're at that age where there's so much variation in the lifestyles in our 20s. You know, like some people are just like starting a job, starting school. Some people having kids. Some people are getting married, buying a home.
Right.
And then those are like they're big pressures on like, oh shit, I got to do this, I got to do that. You know what I mean? And existential authenticity would be choosing your own path and discovering your own values and like striving to live within those values.
So okay, I agree with that. It's just most people's decisions are like influenced by society or their parents or culture. You know what I mean? Most people's. So it's like it's a small amount of people that like choose their own path and rise up and like, nah, fuck that. I'm doing my own shit. And those are like those natural born leaders or like those people that had their own vision from time and they're able to like break free from like all outside influence and do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, they're from
Now,
an existential sense, they're being authentic.
So that's what you, okay. So
Yeah.
that's kind of rare though, no?
I mean, people do it though. Like
I-
for example,
people-
artists, they go like,
I was gonna say artists would be a
fuck
good
the
example.
9-to-5 corporate.
Yeah, and then they go do their own path.
Yeah, and then some people make it. You know.
That's true.
And,
That's true.
But can't you also say though that that's based off of influence?
Because who
'Cause
inspired them to?
like who inspired you to want to take that path?
Sure. So, someone could inspire you to take that path,
Mm-hmm.
but as long as it resonates deeply within you, I think that's okay. Like you're being authentic about it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not okay, but like
So wouldn't that be passion as well for that individual? They're
For
passionate
sure.
about that.
Yeah. And like they're not succumbing to the pressure of like,
Society,
oh shit, you
yeah.
got to do this, you got to do that. You know, you got to get married at a certain age.
You got to make 6 figures a year. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's my mind's chopped.
Yeah, it's hard. I think it's
deep.
hard, especially like being in your 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see it all around.
yeah, man. At the end of the day, there are mans out here with no jobs, no nothing. There are mans out here with $1 million, still our age.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it, man, stay in your own lane. Try to
Play it safe.
try
I
to do it.
guess.
Nah, not even play it safe, man. Like, you gotta do what you need to do, man. Like, don't compare yourself. Can't be comparing yourself to other people. You can't emulate a next man's life. It's impossible. We all have different reasons, different upbringings, different
so-
everything, bro. Everything's different for everybody. Like, you cannot look at somebody's life and live that exact same life. It's not possible.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah. How do you deal
Try
with
to do-
comparison?
Say it again.
Comparison, social comparison.
Broski,
That's
look at the podcast,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
compare to
imagine
other people
you're-
all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
How do
But
we?
fuck them.
How do we?
Wait, first of all, what are the thoughts that come up, and then how do you manage them?
Go first.
Make some more.
Of course.
So how do the thoughts come up? Say it again. Sorry.
What are the thoughts that come up, and how do you manage them?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Jill and I are pretty level-headed. You know what I mean? So it's like we're not really phased. Actually, Jill, give me some a little bit. Please, thank you. we're not really phased. I don't know why. This shit's pretty good. I like it.
It's nice.
But we're not
Nice.
really phased by outside voices. You know what I mean? I think we're we're comfortable, where we have our head on our shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, we're good. So, like, no one can really, like, damage us or break us, you know what I mean? So, as Jalan kind of said 10 seconds ago, fuck them. You know what I mean? I don't buy into that. Simply, you know?
Yeah, man. Like, at the end of the day, with this podcast stuff, no one's gonna do it but us. This is for us. Nobody's gonna do it, like, until we decide, we gotta do this. So, with that being said, unless you're trying to help mans, what else? Like, what else?
Peace.
Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, when it comes to comparison, unless there's something that I truly admire or that I would like for myself when I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
I'm not really gonna stress about it. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking too, like, when we compare ourselves to others, we're usually just comparing ourselves to one dimension of their life. Let's just say
Big facts.
you're looking at someone on social media, on Instagram or something, and you see, wow, they're having the best life. Like, they're affluent. But then you don't really know the whole story. Like, you don't know.
No.
They might be shaking it on other dimensions of their life. How are their relationships?
Definitely.
How are they with the family? You know, how's their health? How's their health?
As a man that values family, if you don't have that, I'm not gonna look at you and try to compare to that. Like, it's true. Like,
Right.
He's
But
right.
then I was thinking, okay, so if you're trying to combat comparison, think of it like that. But I think you're still in the game, and you got to get out of it, because like you just I could compare myself to his health or to their families, and I might be better than them, but like you don't want to get into that mindset.
You can't.
You just fuck that game in total.
In general,
yeah.
yeah. Which is hard to do nowadays, though, man.
Social,
And I think
social
'cause of
media,
social
right?
media, bro. It's
But
tough.
social media paints a bad picture. You know what I mean? It's not. I
It's a
think
good picture of everybody.
it's a good picture of what you see, but it's not reality. You know what I mean? Because
It might not be reality.
It might, for the most part, or
It might not.
like,
I don't
actually,
know.
we don't know fully.
We don't know
obviously.
these people.
Yeah, that's
bro.
true. But it's kind of like what you were saying. It's like, yeah, they might be, they're in Mykonos, Greece, right? They're having a great time.
Mykonos Islands.
Mykonos Islands or whatever. They're having a great time. But like you kind of said, we don't know if that guy is overweight or if he's shaking it somehow financially, relationships, as you said. So you just see that picture and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that guy. But I don't know. I don't give a rat's ass about what he's doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me in my day to day, because I know what I want, and I'm dialed in on that. So it's like, there's a lot of people though, especially young people, our generation, they're so obsessed and they can't differentiate between like what they're seeing and what they want, and they're like, oh my gosh, I want whatever is good, which is understandable, but be able to differentiate, man, because it's not healthy.
This
gonna fuck
goes
up your
back
head.
to the existential authenticity
Exactly.
idea, where like you got to discover your own values.
Thank you.
Like what you actually want from life.
I agree with that.
But that
Big
takes
facts.
some like serious
But that
self-reflection and like trial
for
and
sure,
error. For sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
And I was telling John, you got to look in the mirror and you got to find out what type of person you are. And no one
what
wants to
you
have
wanna
that.
do, man.
No one
It's-
wants to have that conversation with themselves or like a really close friend to like know what kind of person they are. You know what I mean? And I think first of all, I think that's maturity if you could do that. And I think that shows that you're like a smarter person if you understand what you want for yourself and who you are or how you're moving. And if you could have that conversation with like a friend, family member, or in this case, like, a psychologist, because he's giving us the mind questions.
No psychologist.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Not
just to
yet,
be clear,
not yet.
just to be clear, I don't want to propose that someone who's having a hard time with comparison to see themselves to see themselves compare like on other dimensions of their life. Like
Right.
get out of that game. Don't think about that,
Exactly.
because
lot
you're still in
harder.
that game of comparing. If you'd be like, okay, like they might be very successful, but they don't have
Yeah.
a family, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to be in that game. Just
Yeah.
get out of it in general.
In general, yeah, I agree with
Just
you.
live your life in the moment, man. Stop trying to compare.
Which
bro.
people can't do, obviously.
It's tough.
Everyone has a
It's
phone
tough.
now.
But
The phone is out.
I think we all kind of do that to some level.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone does that to some level. But it's just tough. It's tough, man. Life's tough. Life's tough, bro. But, hey, man. Gotta make the most of it, bro. That's it. How about you? Do you compare yourself to a lot?
Yeah, I have a hard time with that.
Yeah? Like, okay, what are things that help you?
That's why I'm here trying to
so
talk
you're
about
just trying to
it.
figure it
I
out,
d-
eh?
At first, I started to think like that. Like, okay, that's just one dimension of their lives, and you don't know the rest. But I think that's not a game you want to play, because you're still stuck in that game. I think it's just building that self-confidence to be like, okay, this is my path, and who cares if everyone's just gonna be judging me and shit.
Yep.
Saying like,
Broski, no
'cause
matter
people-
what you do, you're gonna be judged regardless.
Yeah.
No matter
That's true.
what. No matter what. There's nothing you can't escape it, man. It's impossible to escape it. So you know what? Just sit back and do your own thing.
He's right.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna, because you said he'll be judged no matter what, right? And
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, if you go and you shave your head bald, I'll make fun of you. But I'm just chiming in. I'm just joking around with you. But
But yeah, going back to that existential authenticity idea, you can't be fully authentic. Like, what if someone says, okay, I want to fuck societal norms, because most societal norms are important. We need them. Like on the TTC, you need to be fully clothed. What if someone's like, yo,
yeah,
I'm not trying
I'm
to
gonna just come
I see
out
what you're
butt
saying.
ass.
yeah, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Hey, broski, nowadays
There's some things that are just like everyone should do. They should know.
nowadays that shit doesn't exist. So
wait, what do you mean?
that's where we're going right now. I'm seeing
Oh.
butt naked man shitting
Yeah.
on the floor.
So I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Who knows where we're going
But you're,
right
you're
now,
saying
man.
certain things like that we should already instinctively know, like, bro, put on some pants, put on a t-shirt.
I'm saying most norms,
Are decent. They're good.
okay, yeah, and then some of them are just arbitrary. Like, that's why,
You
like,
can mix and match them, yeah.
it requires a lot of courage to be like, okay, I'm gonna choose my own life path. I'm gonna choose the job that I want. Yeah, and like not subscribing to the norms that everyone wants you to like.
The thing is,
subscribe
in
to.
order to do that or to fulfill that fully, you need to have financial freedom, realistically. If you want to live by your own means and your own rules, you gotta be raking in the dollars, one way or another.
Like to an extent, I kind of agree with that.
I mean, obviously, money buys happiness. Some people believe that, some people don't believe that. But if you think about it, if I have enough money, if I have a lot of money, if money's covered, I could do whatever I want, right? I don't have to take the TTC. I can be in my car, butt naked, letting it hang. Why? Because I don't have to be at work at a certain time, and I have money to afford my own vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm not really playing by your rules. You know what I'm saying? So it's
true,
like-
man.
Money is at the root of it as well. If
This
you're
is-
trying to experience these things.
Just to digress a little bit, I've seen on Instagram, they're like people that post these videos of them living in like out of vans and they're just traveling the world.
I actually saw.
I've
a
never seen
video
Like
of that
they're
recently.
living their authentic life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone could like.
Exactly.
If you choose that
I
path,
don't
not
want to
everyone
live
could
that
do it.
path. So
That kind of
To
reminds me
me-
like Duck Dynasty type shit. Like that reminds me of that. You know
That's
what I mean?
different
Like,
though. Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what I think when I think of like living your own life.
But yeah, I did see it.
Ballin', though.
I saw a
That's what
video
I'm saying.
recently. I saw a video recently. A woman just living out of her van, and she has
traveling
to
the world
shower.
now.
Yeah, like she has to shower in like Walmart sinks and stuff like that. You know.
You see, but actually, but
Some of them are getting paid, bro. Like,
but we're
they-
speaking on the fact
do you
that
mean?
this is continue. Sorry.
Like, there's a couple. I don't know. Like I just see them on my feed.
Like what type of van? Like a typical regular car or like a
Or like
like
a
a
RV.
Winnebago?
Like they renovated it. Like they could.
They can live in it.
So
There's
it's
shower,
okay. It's
kitchen,
like an RV.
RV,
Like
yeah.
an RV.
Oh, I was talking about a woman living out of like a
Like a Dodge Camry.
a Toyota Camry.
Toyota Camry.
That's what I was. That's what I thought we were
Dodge
going.
Camry. I got
I
it mixed
know
up.
the fuck is that.
I got it mixed
Yeah,
up.
nah. If
They're
you
playing that happy music, you know, they're like on the road. They're
that's yeah, like honestly,
they
that looks
show that-
sick to me too.
It does, bro.
That looks
It
crazy. To me.
does.
But I know that I don't want to live that way, you know. But
Yeah,
I
no, you're right.
respect them
You're right. You're right.
because that's what they want,
So-
and they're chasing what they want.
Those people, they're 100% authentic and they're true to themselves. Would you say so?
Like so authenticity, I don't
It's
think
not-
it's,
it's
like,
never
there's an
100%.
absolute- It's like on a
Okay.
continuum.
Okay.
But they're trying to.
Okay.
And if that's the life they want and they're attempting to do it, and let's just say they have family members like, fuck that. You know, I want you to stay close to home, and this is not how you should live, and I want you to have kids, and they're like, no, we don't have kids yet. We want to travel the world.
I
You
see
know what
what
I mean?
you're
Like that's what I mean by authenticity. Like you're
see what
choosing
you're
your
saying.
own path, and that takes a lot of courage.
Oh, definitely.
sure.
To be like, okay,
People are gonna
'Cause
judge
you could lose
Exactly.
a lot. You could lose a lot of people too.
Well,
man.
friends and family.
You could lose a lot of people.
Nah, yo, that guy's a wacko. And then
Yeah,
they just,
it's
you
a
never
little
see him
crazy.
again, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand.
But Yeah, it's tough.
That's like living off the grid, though, no?
Very, very, very
And
much
but
so.
to do that like sufficiently and like stress free, you gotta be bringing in the dollars somehow. You know what I
They're
mean?
just living. Like,
Or
off their
living off
means.
based off nothing.
We'd have to.
Okay,
we'd
so-
have to bring them on the podcast,
And then we have to decipher.
and we'd
this
have to
still.
decipher like what exactly is going on, and
So-
they need to be completely truthful.
Would you
'cause I
say
need to know.
do you think of doing that? Does that bring you happiness? Like
No,
that
I'm
that's
just
sort of like
inspired by how they're doing it.
so the courage aspect of it.
So yeah,
it would
it's
be
not
nice
the,
to do that for like a couple months for like vacation.
But could you see yourself dropping everything and doing that? Like this is Big Al from now on.
No, because that's not what I want. Like,
Okay, so do you know what you want?
so a
And
lot
you
of
don't have to
people
explain to
structure
us
their
what you
life
want.
in goals, right? And goals are great, but they don't. You need to connect your goals with your values, because like, here's the example. Okay, I want
I
to be
got you.
rich. Someone would say that. I want to be rich.
Oh,
That's
I
a
thought
goal.
you were talking about yourself.
Not myself.
How about you
mean-
talk about yourself?
No, don't tell us your personal.
Like nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but like
No.
yeah, give us one.
Here-
aspect.
but here's the example. Someone would
Okay.
say, my
Be
goal
rich.
is to be financially stable. I want to be rich. But they don't really connect, like, what does that money provide you? Because, like, you need to connect that goal with a value. Like, what I want,
I see what
maybe
you're saying.
because I want to be rich so I could sustain and support a family. And family is one of my core values. Someone
Okay.
could say that.
That's
Or
fair.
Freedom.
Adventure. I want to have a goal, financially freedom,
To be able to-
to be financially free,
To travel, whatever.
to travel.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people just have these goals,
Right.
but they're not connecting to their values, which will make people happy.
Right.
But what about the people that like the materialistic stuff is what makes them happy? Do you believe that the materialism
Okay.
is actually what would make
I'm
them
glad
happy?
you said that.
Hard to say, but I don't think like the research doesn't support it. Like it's a lot
Okay.
about meaningful connections
Yeah.
that really make people happy.
Okay.
Interesting. But don't you think the material is a byproduct of you having money or having an abundance?
I think so as well.
Because like, let's be real, I didn't wake up saying I want a bust-down watch, right?
Yeah.
There's obviously some influence,
For sure.
but then that influence is matched by reality, as in like, oh wow, I have enough money to buy this bust-down watch,
Yeah.
so let me go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So, in my case, if I want to be wealthy, right, it's for financial freedom to break free from a 9-to-5 slave system, whether people believe it or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
after that, what do you want
that would
from
be
that?
for the money aspect.
What's next?
Well, now it's broad, right? Because now I'm financially free. I'm not chained to a desk or a workstation, whatever, to pay my bills or to
Would
be.
wanting to be free be a value,
That has to be a value. I think it's a value
Alex?
to break free from a from the dogmatic. No, I'm not even gonna go into
I
it,
mean,
but
both people want that because it
yeah,
grants them less suffering in their life. You know, what I mean?
yeah.
It's like the struggle.
So
that you
then that's a value then, no?
like
Maybe it might not sound
you
like it's a
said-
core value because compared to like a
'Cause you
family
said
aspect,
family.
but
You said
adventure. It could be
adventure,
like
traveling.
So then
curiosity.
I think it's a value.
authenticity, gratitude. These are values. Like, values are kind of like the anchor and compass for your life.
That's true.
Like,
But where does that
they're-
stem from, though? Because now if we're gonna have this convo, doesn't that mean we have to go to the root of where the values are stem from? But then that convo is gonna
And
be even.
that's fine if
yeah.
your values are influenced by someone. Like, I mean, like if you like, you're like, wow, I really like this person,
Right.
Because they
They embody certain
embody a
things.
life that I want to have.
Right. So that's
Like
you're saying that's good. That's healthy.
That's okay.
Okay.
But like, it has to be connected to you. But like most people, okay, like they're keeping up with the Kardashians. You
Yeah.
know? Or,
We're not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
okay, not most people, but they're
No,
not
no,
just
no,
bare
no,
people.
no.
There's
They
many
are.
people
No,
that
they are. They're like hooked on those people.
keeping up with the Kardashians, so to speak, and then it does not derive happiness for them.
Of course.
It's just more comparison.
I don't even. Yeah, sure. I don't, like it's just.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, again, that ties in with social media, though, man, and the influence, that stranglehold influence that family and people like them have on young people's minds. They just get warped. They're like, oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian's dress. I don't give a rat's ass about Kim Kardashian's dress. You know what I mean?
But then they become the idol, the model
You see,
to which
but-
they aspire to be.
But that you have to have a healthy dose of that, bro, because now you're falling into other levels of, I'm not gonna say it, but you're gonna fall into some shit. Cause I don't wanna get fucked up.
I guess it's like to understand like
Mm-hmm.
what you really value. Like who is your role model? Like who are you trying to be? And we are, whether we know it or not, or we're striving to be someone. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
And just look at who are the people you're really inspired by. And do they really
Embody like the core values that I
like,
would
you wanna
have.
connect with?
All right. the person I would like to be most like is a man that I met randomly.
Okay.
He was doing work at a place I work at.
Yeah.
Bro, he literally like lives how he wants. He
Okay.
builds his own, like, he's like a mastermind. He's like a mastermind, bro. He could build
Great.
whatever
That's
he
good.
wants.
Yeah.
If he wants to do something, he has the means, he has everything, and he wants to do it. All while being one of the most nice, genuine, humblest people I've ever met in my life. That is something that inspired, like, that is a person that I would like to be.
So you aspire to be someone like that.
Exactly, bro.
Okay, so humble,
I'm
low-key, and
able
you
to
could-
do exactly what I want.
Whenever you want.
People will pay me to do what I'm gifted at. People will pay me to do that. Or if they're not gonna pay me, it's okay because
Right.
I could just do it myself. I don't ever have like all my friends are. They all do their own thing, and it all helps as well. Like you are able to help me, I'm able to help you.
Right.
Equivalent exchange. And I don't like. I'm just happy, you know. The man was. He's probably financially free, realistically, just based off
I was gonna say,
the
that's-
companies that he's working for. But like, the work isn't the main thing for him, you know. What he told me was, the fact that I get to do exactly what I want
Right.
makes me happy.
He's like a creative. Like I think
He's
really-
one of the most
creativity
creative
is one of
mans I've
his
ever met in
values.
my life. Bro, he's just so skilled at his craft, it's ridiculous. But the last thing he told me before he went back to his country was, I pray you find something that you could just be happy about and you could do that for the rest of your life and not ever have to stress about anything else ever again. That's somebody I want to be like. I don't give a shit about a lot of shit I don't even give a fuck about, you know?
Yeah.
That man in that the 2 weeks that I seen him like working, that's it. That's exactly what I would want. Get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Right. Okay.
That's
So it's
it.
the creativity for you. I think it's all
Nah,
for
it's
you.
not-
It's also
it's-
the connection.
I don't
Like,
think
you
it's,
really like
I think it's the
everything, though.
connection. I
Yeah.
don't think it's the creativity because that man, bro, who am I to this guy? You know what I'm saying? But he still treated me like a equal, like a human. You know, still treated me like with utmost respect. Name anybody that's super
Successful?
super successful that has that type of persona. Humble. No disrespect
I
in
see
their,
what you're
in their,
saying.
you know? That's kind of how I want to be. I never want to be like, oh,
So
I'm
a
super up
narcissist,
now,
an
so
arrogant.
fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So that was one of the most inspiring things that I've had within the last, like, in my entire life, to be completely honest with you. Just that one interaction.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know what the complete aspect is. It's just the fact that you're happy doing what you want to do. That's why I say the freedom. That's why I view freedom as a value.
Okay.
Definitely. I do as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I think one of your core values too, from knowing you for a long time, and correct me if I'm wrong, is loyalty.
Oh my God.
Like-
don't even start with me on that, bro. Don't even start with me on loyalty. That is number one. Fuck love. Fuck everything else. Loyalty, number one. People I don't fuck with, still haven't aired your business out. That's all I gotta say.
Well, loyalty isn't common though.
Very uncommon.
Since we're on the topic of
Very
loyalty,
uncommon.
because
Define what that means.
well, I like to I don't know, because I don't want it to sound like the other episode we had a couple months ago, where we're talking about
Slight.
you know, paying people back and all that stuff. But like I like to view loyalty as, you know, a simple. If you need money, right? You're in a desperate time. You need money from a friend, coworker, whatever, but you don't pay the person back. You know, I don't view you as a loyal person.
Could be $10, could be $1,000.
It could be
no
$1,
difference.
fam. The principle was stated that you would pay an individual
So
back.
it's the word.
The word. And, you know, that ties in with loyalty because it's like if you were real or genuine, you would pay back whatever you owe. You'd pay what you owe. And a lot of people have that problem. And I could use that example and I could basically base that off the person's character and be like, this guy is not genuine or this woman is not genuine. It's just based off money because money's a great way to test a lot of people's
So for you, Solomon,
values.
like would it be correct to say like loyalty is also
Very important to me.
honesty? Like honesty and loyalty are.
I would tie them together still, yeah. Because if you're loyal, you're an honest person, on some level.
What do you think, Alex?
I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I would think so. I
I
mean,
you had something crazy to say.
yeah, I know,
I was
right?
ready. My mind was ready.
Just get beat up again, yeah. But yeah, man, it's deep still because
Honesty is something you really value.
I value that as well, yeah. I mean, not like I'm always honest or whatever in certain situations.
You want others to like. You want to engage in honest conversation.
When it's real, like
See,
when
but-
when it's a serious matter, not for like a a joke thing, whatever. Like, oh, like I'll give you an example. Oh, yo, I'm on my way and I'm 10 minutes late, even though I said I'll be there at 8 o'clock. I get there at 8:20. I lied. I wasn't honest.
But when it really matters.
When it really matters, you have to be honest, or you're a pagan. Like, you know what I mean? You're
But
not.
that's the thing. In that situation,
Yeah.
let me know you're gonna be late.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
That's
I
true.
get that. Honesty and loyalty are not the same. You could be honest and disloyal.
Mm-hmm.
You could be my girl, be honest and say, "Oh, I cheated on you."
But that's not being
But
a
you're
loyal person.
like, yeah, you're honest. You told me the truth, but you're disloyal at the core.
So, G, what do you mean by when you say like, fuck love, loyalty over love? What does that mean?
Loyalty over love, man.
Can you explain
Love
that?
is I believe that.
You don't have genuine love.
No. It's not even that, bro. Just love comes and goes, man. Love comes and goes, bro. This is how I view it. I don't think.
In terms of intimate relationships, you mean?
I just mean in general.
So, okay, so
Unless it's
relationships,
unconditional.
family, or unconditional. But who loves you unconditionally? Maybe your mother.
Bookmark that though. I want to talk about love.
Okay.
Unless
Who loves me unconditionally?
I know my mom
I
loves
don't
me
even know, but
unconditionally.
I would assume that my mother, because
No matter what, though.
I think my mother loves me
You go on a streak and then you
unconditionally.
kill 10 people. Would your mother love you?
I think so.
My mother would love me, but she'd be like, "Why are you gonna do that?"
She would be, no. She would be deeply hurt,
Yeah, but she would still love me.
but that's still my mom, you know? I think she would still, she'd
So,
still be in my corner.
I got you. Okay, that's deep still.
Yeah.
Um,
I could be wrong, though. My mom could slime me. Nah, but that's what I think.
okay.
That's what I'm assuming. I don't
Right.
actually
You have
100%
to have
know.
that conversation with your mother to know, but
I don't even know if a conversation is enough for me.
so you have to be, that has to happen further. But that's an
I'm just gonna
that's
go by.
extreme.
I'm just gonna go by assumption and say that my mom,
Fair.
if you watch this, I'm gonna assume that you love me unconditionally. We'll see though, but yeah.
So what do you think about loyalty, though, Alex? And would that be one of them core values for you?
I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think a lot of people can be like, they're just blindly loyal. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
When, let's say someone is just, you have a family member or friend who's just shaking it and they're just doing you dirty. In the sense that they keep, not betraying you, but
They do shit that doesn't match with your values.
sure, yeah.
Mhm.
And you just continue to be like, okay, I'll just gonna continue to be loyal to you, or I'm gonna continue to fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't know. Then it's just
I could still be loyal to you without fucking with you.
like you could love someone from afar.
It's not love. I'm just being loyal to you.
So you're cordial with them.
So what do you mean by loyal? You mean like, because there's one aspect where you said you're not gonna snitch on someone.
Yeah. Like, okay. Let's say I have a homie. He's shaking it. And you're doing things that are putting us both in detriment.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you and be like, yo, I'm going to talk to you first. That's the first thing. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to tell you you're shaking it. If you don't fix up, I'm going to have to tell you, yo, bro, I can't be chilling with you. I'm not going to go out and start talking bad about your name unless you do that to me. Even if you do that to me, it's going to be hard for me to talk down on your name unless you do some heinous shit. You know? Like, I'm not going to go out and start bad-mouthing you. I'm just going to be far away from you, but I'm not going to air out your business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So there's like, okay. So for Solomon, loyalty was associated with honesty. For you, it's like respect too.
Yeah.
I would say mine ties in with respect as well.
Because the honesty should come with respect.
Yeah.
Should.
Because if you respect the person, you would.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm literally,
You
the way
honor
you're
the
asking it
person
to me,
as well.
I'm literally telling you exactly how it's coming to my mind.
That's fine.
Like,
yeah,
exactly
that's fine.
how
We're
I
thinking out loud
how I
right now.
think.
So I remember you asked me before, if people could change, because there's some people that are quote unquote toxic, who are irredeemable and can
Stuck
they
in
ever
their
change?
ways.
And
Well, so that's what you're gonna ask us? Can they change?
I was gonna answer that, but
Oh, yeah.
No.
yeah.
No, yeah. Okay, so you answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know this might sound cringy and corny, but bear with me. Okay,
No,
Let me
we
explain.
here.
So I think love can radically change people, and let me explain. So there's a cool
agree.
research finding in counseling psychology that shows that the effectiveness of psychotherapy is not based on the interventions that are used, nor the modality of the therapist that they're operating under. It's based on the quality of the relationship between client and therapist. In other words, the therapeutic relationship between them.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
what's in this therapeutic relationship?
Before you continue, I have to bookmark this because I'm gonna have a question about this exact thing. But
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, so the therapeutic relationship, what makes a good therapeutic relationship is acceptance. Let's say I'm the therapist and the client. I'm accepting you for who you really are, for who you are in totality. A genuine attitude between us, and empathy. I'm going to see the world with you. Not like I'm not looking into your world. I'm going to see it with you. That's
Gotcha.
empathy. Okay,
Interesting.
so what are those? Acceptance, empathy, and a genuine attitude. That's basically like a compassionate parent. That's love right there, right?
That's deep.
And
yeah.
so when you actually provide those conditions for people who are just like shaking it or toxic people,
Okay.
they could really grow from that.
Oh,
And-
definitely.
And like, because some people never had that before, those
Yeah.
conditions of acceptance.
Yeah.
That's very nurturing.
I'm just generally,
Yeah.
that's love, generally speaking. That's what I'm talking about.
I hear you.
And once like in therapy, like if you provide that to a client, they could really internalize that acceptance, and then they could start to change themselves. And
Interesting.
I know this sounds just
No.
But-
That sounds real. That
No,
sounds
that's
like
real.
some real
like
shit.
because some people never had that.
Because they're
Yeah.
lacking. They're
But-
lacking of these
So
things.
this is my question though. So basically, this might sound like an attack, but it's not an attack. I just need to understand. You're emulating what love would be, but it's not love. Because I know you can't have like, as a therapist towards your client, you can't allow feelings and shit to get involved. But isn't that hard if you're really trying to show this person that you care?
It's not a romantic
Not
kind
necessarily
of love,
romantic.
but it's
Like
more
the
like
therapist
because you
person?
said parental. That's not romantic, correct?
right.
Okay, yeah, but that's still emulating
Love.
Love.
Yeah. You're showing them.
That you love them as a parent. Like, you get what I'm saying?
You're loving them as a person, and then they in turn internalize that.
But
kind
is
of
that
love.
truthfully love though? Like, what if they look at you like, damn, this guy really cares about me,
I mean,
even if you don't?
the experience is love, but I'm not, and that's how I'm defining it. But like, you could say it's the therapeutic relationship heals. That's what heals
Okay.
in therapy. It's not the interventions per se,
Yeah.
nor the modality. Like, because like there's psychoanalytic therapy, there's attachment theory, there's acceptance and commitment therapy. Like, there's different modalities, and they're trying to discover like, okay, what's actually happening, what's going on, and it's the relationship, and in that relationship, it's like I said, acceptance, a genuine attitude, which is congruence, and empathy.
Okay.
Because
but
you're
what
you're
I'm-
communicating with someone on a human to human level.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is like, can't that be dangerous?
What usually happens is called
Depends.
transference, where the client usually develops romantic feelings for the therapist. But
Yeah.
there's ways to to manage that.
Okay.
And like
'Cause-
it's to be one of them is like to be honest about it. It's like this is what's happening, but it heals is what I'm trying to say.
I agree that it would heal, but like, what if like I'm just thinking like, yo, what if the man's like, what if the man
I know it.
I see
like
what
what
you're
if
saying.
what if the man just
He could take
what
advantage
if the
of that.
person just loses? No, not even that deep.
Okay.
It's like, how do you make sure that they don't attach to you?
To the therapist?
Yeah, because you're telling me
client attaching to a therapist.
like
Yeah.
you're telling me that for the first time in this person's life, it's
Basically.
possible that you are giving them something that they have never had.
it tends to happen. There's a romantic attachment because you just see this person as like, wow, it's the first time it's a feeling that you're having.
And like, what if they can't differentiate that? Yo, this is just therapy.
There are ways to get around it. I'm not completely sure how because I'm not trained yet.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
It's just something I was
interesting.
really thinking about right now.
Yeah,
Because when
yeah.
you're saying it emulates love, I'm like, bro, it's
Doesn't
kind of
that mean-
fucked up
yeah.
in my mind.
Okay, so
I could see how it could be like misconstrued on the client side.
for sure, it happens frequently, very
Yeah.
frequently.
But that's it. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay.
Interesting stuff, yo.
Definitely, man.
Interesting stuff.
We're at an hour.
We're at an hour already.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, literally right on an hour. It doesn't feel like it, right?
It doesn't. It flies by.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like loyalty? You heard from us.
I think it's important, like I said, but I think.
So what do you? Okay, I'll say it straight up. That's my number one. That's my number one.
Okay.
Loyalty is number one for me.
For me though,
Well,
like,
what's your number one? Unless you don't have a number one and you have, like, you just put everything.
I just want to comment on what you had said about loyalty. I think it's necessary to leave relationships that no longer serve you anymore.
100%.
And
And I agree with you 100%.
So don't try to fix
I
it.
never. That's what I'm saying. No. But this is what I'm saying. When like, back to the example with the man that's, being a detriment to me and himself.
Yeah.
I'm still like, the loyalty comes from me not airing your shit out. I'm gonna leave you be though.
Yeah. There's
Loyalty doesn't mean sticking to a person. That's not what loyalty necessarily means.
Okay. But some people perceive it as that.
100%, and they need to get out of that because you gotta look at it. You gotta look at yourself first, man.
In the Instagram, like, mental health and therapy culture, there's this idea where it's a popular one where if someone doesn't, vibe with you just gotta cut them off. You know what I mean? And I don't really like that black and white answer because, like you said, it's nuanced. It's like if someone is not meeting the expectations of what a relationship should look like, you could adjust to it. You could see them less. You could draw some boundaries between you and them. But it doesn't necessarily mean you have to cut them off.
It depends. Our situation was extreme. We were talking about a man. He's shaking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
Like, bro. At the end of the day, man. If you're a detriment to me,
I don't want any
for
part of it.
example, let's say we're chilling and you're getting into fights all the time. I could die from that. So if I talk to you and you don't understand that, obviously I'm gonna write out for you because you're my dog. But if you don't understand that you gotta fix your ways, why would I stay with that, bro? Do you not see how that could affect my life?
For sure. And then this is where it gets sticky because, like, what if we were friends, like, for 15 years? That's what I'm saying. You could adjust. It's like, I don't have to see you that often, and I could see you in such scenarios where that wouldn't occur.
So we were friends for 15 years, and I didn't see this
But
current
that's the
movement
thing,
from time.
But people change.
into that.
It's possible. I don't know, man.
I don't know, maybe, but it would be done with me. Like I
It
wouldn't
would have
even-
already been done, personally. If
See,
that,
now you're saying
if
this,
that
is,
was
your,
your
this is your
character,
life though. Like hanging with this guy or girl might
and this is how this
hurt your
person has
life.
always been.
it would never would have been a
Probably
friend
never
thing.
got
Yeah.
to that.
But you're saying 15 years and then they ended up changing into that sort of person.
I think that's different. Yeah.
That's a little bit. That's more complex to deal with head on. But I would still end up. The end goal would be like, I'm sorry, bro, it's over. Like I don't even want to chat to you anymore. Like just leave me alone. Still.
Yeah, man.
And then if it's a problem, then
I'm all
you
for
got- you
loyalty,
have to
but I'm
figure
not
it
for
out.
blind loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not for blind loyalty. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
No way. No way in hell.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Because it doesn't benefit any of us, bro. It just
Maybe
doesn't.
them, but not you.
Well, it won't benefit me. And if it doesn't
It
benefit
has to be
me,
equal, man.
bro, it has to be equal, man. It has to be
yeah.
balanced.
This
bro.
isn't no fucking.
And sometimes it's not going to be always 50-50. You know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
for sure.
It might be
Close to
a
55,
90-10
yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, that's bare.
But if you're taking 100 from me, bro, we're going to have a talk. And if the talk doesn't work,
We're gonna have to ship you
The
off.
hands are talking.
I feel like that has to happen sometimes, man. Real
You're
shit.
right.
I really feel like, the relationship has overstayed its welcome and got to move on. Yeah,
So I don't know if we touched on this, but what inspired you to dive into psychology?
No. Yeah,
what,
we haven't touched
what,
on that.
what was your inspiration for that? Like, what made you? So did you just wake up one day with your chest out, and you're like, "Yo, I'm gonna do psychology"?
So I originally was majoring in sociology at York,
Okay.
and I think it was 2018, when I came across Jordan Peterson, and I was in love with his psychology lectures. I go watch them back
to back.
all of them, back to back. And I was like, all right, I don't really like sociology right now, and I really like what he's talking about, his psych lectures.
Right.
And in addition to that, it was I think 2019, when I was just, because I've had anxiety for a long time, for as long as I remember, and it was in 2019 when I was like, all right, I gotta do something. So I started attending therapy.
Got you.
This was like pre-COVID, so like there was still like a stigma, and I was against therapy. And I was apprehensive, and I had trepidations on going to therapy, and I loved it. Like I didn't like, no one really likes going to therapy. At first it's trash. You're frustrated, you're confused. There's so much you're like unpacking. You're like, holy shit, that's what's happening. Like, but it made me want to, like, I was fascinated. I'm like, okay, I want to learn more about myself. Like, oh, what's going on? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Like, and then got into like relationships. I was really interested in relationships, and anxiety as well. So.
Okay. That's sufficient. I like that. That's a great answer. So you recently graduated from York
Yeah.
for psychology
And sociology.
and sociology. Okay,
Double
cool.
major. Woo.
Oh, double major. My boy. Okay, that's good. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's the interview, yo.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty shit. So
I
where
don't
do you
know,
see-
man.
Yeah.
Like, everyone talks about how, like, when you graduate, like,
Yeah.
it's weird after. Like, you have this existential crisis.
Right.
I'm starting to feel it, too. It's like, holy, like, my path was it was set on this. I'm going to go to master's after. But now I'm taking a year off, and I'm still thinking about doing my master's, but.
Oh, I thought you were already decided.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Like,
but,
you were,
but now I'm just thinking about, like, do I want to travel more? Like how do, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't have to rush, bro.
right,
But does
You
that
have to
line up
rush,
with
you
your
have
core
to
values? I got you there.
but you did stuff.
The traveling lines up with your core values.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
You just went on a trip recently.
Where'd you go?
Explain.
Ireland and Scotland.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw that. Yeah. How was that? Was that good?
It was really nice.
That's you
I
went
met
out.
I met a lot of Aussies, and I love that their accents are
They're cool. Yeah.
they're really nice. They say
do this
toilet.
stuff- yeah.
We say washroom. So when I was with them, I'm like, do you know where the washroom is? They're like, what is a washroom?
Oh,
Yeah, they say toilet.
They say
so-
toilet, but
yeah.
I was like, that's so vulgar, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to the toilet. Like, you're only going to the toilet to take a shit or something, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously. Like,
Yeah. No, you're right. Toilet.
But it makes sense. Like,
They're straight to the point, man.
like
That's what they're going.
washroom, you're going to, or bathroom. Because not all washrooms have a bath in them, right?
You're right.
But
You're right.
every washroom has a toilet.
Absolutely. I'm gonna start using that one.
I just say facilities.
What does that mean?
Facilities. Straight up, I'd be like, yo, sir, may I use the facilities? Or where, can you direct me to the facilities?
You actually say that?
Yeah, when I want to be extra,
I
yeah.
hear comfort room. Some people say comfort
Okay.
room.
I've never heard that, one in my life.
That's different because that sounds more like comfort food, and I just think you're a big endomorph when I hear that. So I'm not even trying to hear that. But
You
yeah.
associate food with comfort room?
No, comfort room, comfort food, and I just think of
Okay,
a big.
okay.
I think of a big endomorph. You know what I mean?
got
Saying
you.
that statement. But look, fuck all that. How was your trip though?
Yeah.
Besides the toilet and that little.
Besides the toilet.
Besides the
It was
discrepancies
good, man.
with the
It was
Aussie
good.
guys.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It
How
was
long were you there for?
What are some differences? What are
2
some
weeks.
differences
Okay, cool.
Differences
between like the culture out here and the culture there? And give me like both.
Well, one thing that really gripped me was the Australians. Can I have some more, please?
Absolutely. Break time.
Time out, please.
And the ginger beer.
Yes, sir.
The Australians.
Would you like me to touch the ice with my dirty hands?
knock yourself out?
Say
bro.
no more.
So when we travel, we usually travel like North Americans, broadly speaking. Broadly speaking, we travel for like 1 to 2 weeks, like 3 weeks,
Interesting.
or a month if you're up like that. These Australians, traveling is like part of their lifestyle. Like, they travel like 6 months at a time, like, you know,
No way, half a year, eh?
3 months at a time. Like, it's just natural for them. And I thought that was really cool because I'm like, whoa, like you're not just focusing on your career or job, and that's one of the major values that I recognize. You know, like they know how to live and just kick it back. Not like because we're so focused on like career, you gotta like go up the ladder. You know what I mean?
That's that Western pressure, though.
Yeah, bro. This goes back to the
authenticity,
authenticity idea.
yeah.
Like, how do you want to live your life? You know, and then there's so many pressures and like
There is.
choosing between like, okay, what's right for me? And I think you're gonna fail too. I think you're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna live this life.
And
I don't like
may,
it.
You may fail. No, you're right. Most
It's
people
trial
fail.
and error.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say fail. I take that back. But
No,
trial and error.
fail is, it sounds vulgar, but no, it's true. You end up, it's trial and error. But if you're going through trial and error, it's because you failed, right?
No problem.
You
If
failed in whatever
fail,
you're trying to
you
achieve.
just readjust.
Yeah, but some people can't handle that, though.
You're right.
And that could be a detriment in itself, and they could just lose their whole head top. And
Yeah, like for example, when I saw we didn't get some views on one video, I was ready to shut it all down.
he wanted to shut it all down.
I was
But
ready
then-
to shut
but
it
then
all
I
down,
gave him,
man.
I gave him the talk, and I said, it's a marathon and not a sprint.
I like that.
And then he smiled with his black luscious skin, and here we are today.
You guys got something good going on, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Where do you want to travel? I know you said Japan before.
Japan and Hawaii.
Why
Facts.
Yeah.
Japan's
Tell me more.
6, though.
Y'all ever
like
heard
that.
of Jav? Okay, yo. You guys gotta bleep that out. You gotta bleep that
Nah,
part
Japan
out.
because of it's just
Japan
its
because
whole history and all
well,
that.
nah, man. I used to do karate as a kid. And
Black belt?
Isn't karate?
we're
Isn't
not gonna
karate
talk
Chinese?
about that, Alex. We're not
Isn't
gonna talk
karate
about-
Chinese?
No.
So the martial arts from Japan?
Yeah.
Is it? I wouldn't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
Kung Fu is Chinese.
okay. Tai Chi, Chinese.
I believe that's Chinese. as well.
Taekwondo,
That's Korean.
that's Korean. Okay.
Yeah.
So karate is from
Japan.
Japan. Okay. So you did karate. So that was your early inspiration on why you
And
want
that,
to see the
yeah, because I'm immersed in their culture
right,
with their
sushi
fighting
and
style,
all
right?
that, and eating.
Not sushi, none of that. I'm just immersed in the culture, like their values,
Yeah.
things like that, based off of my training.
Mhm.
That's why, like, I'm not the most disciplined man, but there are some,
There's traits, yeah.
disciplined things that I've taken from that, traits that I've developed from that.
Okay.
And then my cousins used to watch a lot of anime. Like my girl cousins used to watch Sailor Moon. Boy cousin used to watch Dragon Ball Z. And then I took that. I really started falling in love with anime. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not that deep. Started with karate, moved into anime. Now I want to go to Japan. And then Hawaii.
Where'd you move on from anime, though?
We're not going to talk about that.
Woo!
But yeah, with that, and with Hawaii, it actually has ties to wrestling. Used to be a big WWE fan. My number one wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin, but my second place is The Rock. Not that he's Hawaiian. I don't actually know what he is, but he's
Samoan, no?
Polynesian,
Yeah.
Samoan.
That's Polynesian, I
There's
think.
similar traits to that. Like Rikishi. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Roman Reigns. Like, shout out to these
Rikishi.
guys, bro. The
Yeah.
Usos.
So Europe never piqued your interest?
Never. Until I took an Uber ride with Solomon recently. It was
Uber driver.
a Greek Uber driver.
He was cool.
Greek.
Is that where you got the Mykonos?
Mykonos or whatever. Mykonos?
What is it? Mykonos?
Is it Mykonos?
Mykonos?
The way he said it was
Mykonos.
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 I fuck the Instagram Mykonos. That's exactly
Yeah,
how he
you
said
know,
it.
like,
And I'm just like, yo, this guy's cool.
He inspired me to want to go there.
Yeah.
The way he was saying it, and he's like,
Paint the picture. Sell me right now.
He
"Oh, nah, it's a bad picture to paint." Like,
Nah, he was saying some shit.
He is saying
still,
some
but
crazy
we
stuff.
won't say that,
we can't
obviously.
say it here
Because our mothers might be watching.
you know,
There might be some youths watching.
exactly.
One of my homegirls is in Mykonos. And
Get dealt with.
Bro, it looks beautiful out there, man.
It is beautiful out
it's
there.
beautiful.
Definitely.
It's beautiful at all times of the night and day.
Why you give me that look?
I'm giving that look
No
because I'm
reason,
giving it the uncut raw shit.
How are you, Young Bats? Where do you want to go?
Shit, I want to go everywhere if I'm being honest.
Is this like the...
The music aspect?
No, it's
no,
like,
I'm dead serious.
I like everything in it.
No, like
And
I-
he never listened to
like-
anything but rap.
like no, like I listen to Norwegian death metal ever since he said it.
And Samoan folk music.
music.
Folk music, yeah. No, like I would love to go to.
Yeah, this
Oh.
guy's a fraud.
He's a liar.
This guy's a
Nah,
fraud, bro.
I
Here
don't
comes
want to
the
sound
lies.
fucking beg, but I would like to go to the Caribbean. I would like to go to some parts of Europe, like Italy,
Yeah.
the UK for sure. Tracksuit down, like shout out to the UK. Where else? Definitely would love to go to all parts of Africa still, from east right down to west. some parts of the north. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to go to
like,
Nigeria still.
like Egypt. Yeah, just these places. And that's probably it. Still, I'm not going to the Middle East. Maybe Israel, which is technically in the Middle East, but yeah, more of these historical spots.
Yeah.
Just for like the history, the heritage, and just like a different perspective that's far from the West. You know?
Yeah. You know what I took in, bro?
Mhm.
I don't really know my city. Like,
Toronto?
there's so many pockets of the city that I haven't been to.
Oh, some pockets you don't really need to go to, Alex.
But I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many places I'm just like, because I think as you're just Toronto native, you just don't go. You know,
Yeah, you're right,
just,
bro.
There's a route that you've been taking, and you're just sticking to that route.
I've never been to the CN Tower. The
Really?
landmark of our great city.
I've been there,
I've
Bear.
never been there. Not once.
I've been there, Bear.
CNE's opening up this year, right?
I believe so.
You guys pulling
Yeah,
up?
it is.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not going.
I'm definitely going.
I stopped going like 12 years ago.
For one time, I was stuck on that. What's that?
Fair go around or whatever.
No, that thing
No,
where
the-
you're just
the
like
zip line
you're
thing.
going all across the
Broski.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
stuck on that?
for a good 15 minutes.
Oh,
It's
you were
just shaking, you know.
You were,
like,
yeah.
and it was like raining too.
Oh, nah, that's
Nah,
terrible.
That's not.
That is terrible.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Landmarks. We had that combo. I mean, they're cool, but
I don't know, man. You're right though. I definitely like. There are so many places that I have not like walked through.
Like I haven't been to Cabbage Town since elementary. I think.
Broski, I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What area is
It's
that?
just- It's Cabbage Town.
I can tell you about Pioneer Village
Nah. Let's not talk about that again.
and Jalan's great experience at Pioneer Village.
Go worse.
No, we haven't been to these spots. 'Cause Toronto Zoo was ass. Went there once.
I haven't been there.
And that's ass.
You never been to the zoo?
No, my friends and I were supposed to go
You
like
haven't
2
even
weeks ago.
been like you've never even gone during school,
No.
like elementary school.
I think the only things we had been offered were skiing and cross country.
What about medieval times?
What?
You never been to medieval times?
Yeah, where you eat the chicken with
We
your
need
hands.
the
right?
chicken
It's
with your
far.
hands. Barbarian,
barbarian
shit. I
shit.
like that. Yeah, man. Toronto landmarks are subpar.
Is that the one? Wait, is that the event where you have that yellow castle hat on? Your
Yeah,
head
one,
too?
one of the guys are yellow. There's purple. I think there's blue, red, and then they juke it out on some medieval time shit.
Oh, you're talking about the jousting?
The jousting. This guy knows.
Take that in, bro. Like, mans used to fight like that.
Man, used to fight like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
bro.
it's-
It's
And they
such a
get
long
im-
process. Like,
They would get impaled by a big ass stick, right through their organs. Take that in, bro.
Some Assassin's Creed shit, man.
yo, take it how
Literally.
honorable that is. It's like, all right, we're gonna line up. It's like 100 meters away. We're gonna go and.
And then we're gonna
Winner takes
impale each
all.
other with big sticks. That's crazy.
If you guys could travel back in time to any era or any decade, what would it be?
Maybe the Renaissance.
When would it be?
The 1200s.
What's good in the 1200s?
God, I don't know, but I just want to see what they were
That's like
saying
Genghis
back
Khan,
then.
right?
I don't know.
When was Genghis Khan?
Broski, you're asking the wrong man.
Why Genghis Khan?
No, I thought that was the 1200s. I could be dead wrong. I would say the Renaissance still.
What year is that? I don't
Is
know.
that 1500s? I don't know. Maybe something like that.
I want to see what the 1200s are saying. I just want to
Is
see,
that
like,
just a random date?
It's a random date, but like,
1200s.
when I
There's no
think about
toilets
it,
there.
What do you think they were
yo,
doing?
I'm
fam?
shitting in the.
Well, they were running. I know
I'm
they were
shitting
running.
in the grass.
Yo, what do you think is one of the best human inventions ever made?
A toilet?
Something indispensable that you cannot live
A toilet.
without in your life. We got refrigerators. Let me just give you a few, and then after, except ShamWow. Like ShamWow, you cannot say ShamWow, bro.
Sham, wow.
I never even used that.
That-
I didn't even. Apparently, it didn't even work. how
It
was
doesn't work. That's what I'm about to
Bro,
say.
how about the slap chop? Because that's
Yo, I bought that. That shit is so bougie. It doesn't work either. But the Sham Wow, that guy sold me, dog.
the same guy on every
Yo,
infomercial.
bro, he's like the Sham Wow, and I'm like, yo, mom, you have to buy that, bro. My dad's laughing. He's like, it doesn't work, bro. Before we bought it, but they bought it just to like shut me up.
Just to shut you up.
That
you
is
were
the most.
disappointed.
It was the man came. Nothing's coming out. I go to fucking pops dripping. I'm like, yo, this guy finessed. It's nah, it was a finesse.
The modern day version of that is those paper towels. What's that brand?
Swiffer?
And then it's like it's one,
Oh, Bounty.
like one sweep.
That's
and then
cap.
it just captures everything.
It
That's
doesn't do
not
that.
true,
No,
bro.
it's not true, man. Bro, that's why they say advertisers and marketers are the scum of the earth. You're finessing my eyeballs, man. And then when I buy it, it doesn't work the same.
Mine
I
might
should
be
sue y'all.
Finessing my eyeballs.
What's yours?
either like, okay, how the fuck do cameras work? Just take that in. for a
Cameras?
second. You're taking a picture and it's mapping onto reality. Like, how does that work? I think
And
it might
sometimes it's better than our own eyesight.
Oh, that's facts.
The 4K, it looks better than my real eyeballs, bro. I think I'm only viewing you in like maybe 720p.
HD or some shit, right?
Yeah, like maybe 720p.
It's not crystal clear.
But
no,
with a
yeah.
camera, like that's the most intricate thing. I don't understand it either.
How about glasses? Like, imagine people before that.
Yeah, but
had
I feel
shitty vision.
Yeah,
like,
but
what are you doing?
feel like we never
glasses
had shitty
are
vision back
it's
then.
not that hard to gauge the glasses. That's recording us right now.
Yeah.
The amount of technology put into that's why you can have a little tiny camera worth 10 racks.
Because the intellect to
How much
prepare
like
that, right?
how crazy are glasses getting? It doesn't get that crazy, but it's helped millions. Glasses are crazy.
Cars.
Cars are cool, but I don't know.
They're cool, yeah. But
I'm trying to think what the best invention would be
For you though, you know.
for me. The best invention for me, it'd probably be the Nintendo Switch.
The Manscaped.
Nah,
Did you tell me you copped one?
bro, I don't even want to talk about that on YouTube right now.
the best invention.
Probably Pokemon. Whoever created Pokemon, shout out to you because you've
Okay,
had my life in
a
shackles.
basketball or a soccer ball?
What the fuck?
A ball? Really?
Because like you can go deep with like
So-
a basketball and like what from where it was and what it is today and like
So
how mu-
games, essentially games. Like,
Yeah, that's because like that I love soccer and basketball, right? I
Yeah.
love playing the sport. I used to like watching it until you know, a couple of things got fucked up in life. But I definitely like playing sports, and I think, you know, I'll use soccer as an example. That's the most worldwide known sport
It's true.
across all continents,
That's
and a lot of
facts.
cultures, a lot of different
Brings a lot of
ethnicities.
people together.
Exactly. So
Brings
th-
a lot of bullshit as well, though.
That is true.
what do you mean by that?
Well, when people clash, right? You know, other countries.
People will kill people over sports, bro.
Like a religion.
Like a cult.
It's basically like a cult, yeah. Or so
What's the
religion.
number one grossing sport?
Soccer.
I just saw
Soccer?
Yeah, by far.
by far too.
Really?
It's worldwide,
It's
bro.
worldwide.
But like,
you go to
all-
South America, soccer's the main sport.
go to Africa,
You go to
soccer.
Africa, soccer's the main sport.
Japan, soccer's up there too.
It's up there now. Korea as
Korea as well, yeah.
well.
Do we have,
Europe,
do we have a soccer team?
Europe soccer.
Toronto FC, man.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm saying but when you ask me what great invention, I'm like a soccer ball. Well, for that aspect of like bringing ethnic different.
Wouldn't you
countries.
just say a ball then, in general?
Yeah, but like, I'd have to say a football or a soccer ball, not like a basketball.
So you mean just specifically a soccer ball then?
Yeah, but then yeah, I guess whatever.
the
Fuck it.
telephone, like, I don't know how those work.
I don't know how that works.
Or
either.
radios,
What about
like-
the internet? Since we're on that conversation. Because the
I
internet.
I think the internet's super evil.
it is evil still, but like the internet, like how was that created?
The 808.
Is that a
The thing. Okay, yo, that's teeth. I like that.
evil
Whoever
too,
who
apparently.
created that?
I don't know.
Yo, you told me about how like music is just it's all evil. It's the devil's message.
It's just like it could
Tell me.
it could be.
Is that what he told you?
Bro, I genuinely
Something
believe
along
that.
the
Man.
That's a real nigga conversation.
Say more, please.
Bro,
no,
honestly,
off camera
no, no.
still not. Actually, give him a little bit,
I'll
but
give you a little bit, man. Just look at the influence. That's all I gotta say. Just look at the influence, man. I ain't trying to get too deep on camera still,
definitely not, man.
cause I'm the word. Like I'll be the biggest hypocrite of all time. Look at what I listen to. The only difference is like I definitely have influence. Like I'm taking influence from the music, but
You can differentiate from that in reality,
And
man.
reality, bro.
But that's what I
That's
always
all I gotta
That's
say.
what I tell people. Like, yeah, I bump rap. Yeah, I play GTA, but I'm not going stopping the bus driver and shooting him and shooting on the passenger. I'm not doing that.
And
These
pulling out a rocket
individuals
launcher
and
and
these
blowing up
people
the
who like
bus.
study like the mind and study behavior and all that need to realize that if some kid is doing that, there's something wrong.
Is there any influence on you, though?
Negatively, or
Any influence, positive, negative?
well, who influences me? I don't know, man.
No, like you said, music.
Oh, music. Well, music. It depends though,
And the
because
type of
sometimes if I'm in a mood, right?
it would definitely influence our speech.
Yeah. So our
100%.
slang,
100%.
maybe the way I deliver some of my conversations can come off aggressive, and I could say some things that could be maybe pertaining to the music and how I'm feeling. But I feel like when I listen to rap music, you know, the 808s is one thing, but like just that beat sometimes just really gets me like diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like,
So what if we started listening to just gospel shit like "We are children"?
children of light. I mean, then it's feel good, right? So then you're releasing, you're giving off positivity, or that's what you're feeling, and that's what you're gonna be filled with. So to be honest, a lot of that shit comes down to what you're
into?
what's the word? Fucking, you reap what you sow, fam. Realistically, you know what I mean. So if you're giving out negativity, you're gonna get negativity back. If you give out positivity with good reason and with good intentions and fucking discernment, you hopefully should get some positivity back, or else then people will take advantage if you don't have the proper discernment. Because you can't be a good fellow all the time, because there's some scapegoats out here. There's some sharks out here with long ass fins ready to take you out. So you need to
Very
be
descriptive.
you need to be you need to be able to maneuver left and right, and it's in all walks of life, whether it's work, school, relationships. You just have to. You just can't be too nice.
You
man.
just got no. It's not even being too nice. You just gotta understand your boundaries. I didn't understand what boundaries were until I met. Well, until I met this guy from time, but until Alex explained it to me.
Explain perspectives.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Boundaries are a
These
real
things are-
thing, bro. You need to have your boundaries.
I
That
agree.
shit is the most important thing right now.
I agree with you.
Set up the boundaries that need to be set up. Keep people at their, respective corners.
Mhm.
And don't ever let them cross that. That's it.
100%,
Don't ever
man.
let that boundary be crossed. You gotta put them in their place.
There's a danger though in like having boundaries too rigid and also too porous. If you have no boundaries, you engage in people-pleasing patterns. You're a yes man or yes person, and
Well, you
You're
dare
gonna-
take advantage of it then, right? If you're a yes man all the time.
For sure.
you're gonna get
That's-
precisely.
Yeah. You,
And then
yeah.
what are the detriments of having too strong boundaries?
You
Well,
don't let
no-
anyone in.
No one's gonna
it's-
like you. But I'm okay with that though. Like I don't depend on people, or I don't need people in that sense. That sounds.
But we
crazy
need
to
y'all.
refer.
We need y'all through
We
the
need y'all,
podcast.
though.
We need y'all.
So there's that's
So I don't
the-
know what he's talking about with that one.
But that's
we
the
need
caveat,
y'all.
right? We need them still, but I'm saying in our day-to-day personals. It's
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I have my mom, I have my dad, I have my loved ones, and I'm not really begging outside of that. I don't need Jay-Z's handout. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Jay-Z, if you want to give us a handout, please. We need your handout.
Luckily,
Yeah,
you
Solomon,
knew
you
who
gotta stop hitting these
you knew
ones.
who I was gonna say though, right?
Yeah, I do. know
So
exactly
I'm not
what
gonna
you're
say
saying.
him, but I'm just saying, Alex. Since we're having this deep philosophical conversation, it's just what it is, man. Like people can have their opinions on people, but at the end of the day, you pick and choose who betters you, and if you could grow with those people, group of people, friend, girl, whatever, great. Everyone else, it's noise and it's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
Only
on a
you know
whole.
what's best for you.
Exactly.
You know what it is, though, Alex, as well? When we're talking about having too rigid of boundaries, who knows if those boundaries start off rigid and they begin to break down? We could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just start with you could start with some
So that-
rigidity.
Rigidity.
Can you say the word, please?
Is it
Alex?
rigidity?
Rigidity?
Thank you very
Rigidity,
much.
yeah.
Rigidity.
Rigidity, yeah.
Could start with that, and then if I deem you worthy,
Mm,
we'll break the boundaries down a little bit.
got you.
That's how it is for me, at least. Cause
That takes some time though.
I've seen it too many times, man. You let the wrong people in, and you're left with nothing. It's
You-
never like you can't let that happen.
A wise man once said, "You gotta fuck up to learn."
Facts.
I think you know who that person is.
Bear man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's
man.
true. You gotta fuck up to learn, Alex. And
Are you dating anyone right now?
Fuck no. Definitely
I'm
not.
glad he said it with emphasis too.
Nah, it's not even that. It's not one of those. I just haven't found anyone yet.
You're focusing on
The
on your
podcast.
Bro, like, real shit. That's just gonna be a distraction for me.
Thank
right
you.
now. Unless you're gonna be there and be on this ride, be on this journey.
And
Stay with me.
edit the podcast.
No. And like at the same time,
Yeah, play.
I gotta be able to be there for you as well. Equivalent exchange. Sometimes it might not be equivalent every time, but I can't just be like, yeah, yo, you just need to be here for me and keep it one-sided. That's not fair to the woman as well. So these aren't things that are in my mind right now.
What qualities do you seek in a in a partner?
Loyalty.
Yeah, that was.
That's it.
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
a
Some
big, a big back,
a big heart.
A big back.
a big heart. He said.
A big
Big
heart.
lats.
Basically.
Big gluteus maximus, gluteus.
And
maximus.
some big apples, yeah.
Yeah, and some
And big
big
watermelons.
tater tots.
Some big watermelons.
Nah, man, but realistically,
real shit, though.
on some real shit though, like, yeah, loyalty, man.
A loving person.
I just want you to be nice. Should be a nice girl,
An
man.
accepting person. No, we're not asking for much.
No, actually, I'm never really asking for too much, man. And you know, you gotta be a freak, guys.
Oh.
Gotta be a freak, guys, in the sheetas.
I love the Oz, eh? The Oz, that slang is, whoever coined that,
I'm just playing, man.
amazing.
Loyalty, just be a nice girl.
Respectful, funny, kind,
Respectful.
caring.
No. All the other stuff, we'll see, you know, but just be cool,
That's-
you know?
How about you? Don't give me that loyalty. Like I
Okay,
know
well-
it's one of them. but-
Well, a loving person, someone who's accepting, caring, you know, that sounds so corny and bougie, but I'm saying, we're talking about a girlfriend or my wife? 'Cause
Oh,
I
and
don't look at girlfriends the same way I would value my wife.
Wait,
still.
what do you mean?
Because,
Tell me more.
nah, we talk about it's going to be a long ass time. Like, I don't
Just
know.
remember, we have our little segment for you after.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that now.
Yeah, because my shit's going
Hold
to
on,
take
finish your stuff.
Nah,
Just
okay,
go get
let
the
me give you the-
basics. Get the basics out.
a loving,
Ladies.
caring person. A loving, caring, respectful, that's it. With a big
Loving, caring, respectful,
back. With a big back.
and loyal.
With a big back. That's it.
That's it.
That's not hard.
It's not.
They're out here.
And willing to communicate.
And be able to fix things.
So good communication.
Good communication.
Oh, yeah, but that
No,
ties
no, no.
The
into it.
handy
That ties
person.
into it.
Is that what you meant?
Sorry?
To fix things. A handy person.
A handy person, yeah.
Why did you do that?
The hammer, bro.
Man, look at
Oh,
Bob,
my bad.
Man, look like Bob the Builder, dog.
Oh, yeah. Bob the Builder.
All right,
yo.
let's get to his parts before we wrap up.
That was an OG show. What were the shows that were playing when you came home from school?
Little
Oh.
Einstein's
Nah,
What
fucking...
was your favorite?
It was Dave the Barbarian. No debate.
That was his favorite
Was
show
that at
still.
3:30?
It was at 3:30.
And Recess came after, no? Or was it before?
Recess came right after at 4 p.m.
4
What was
p.m.
your feel good show?
Disney's Fillmore?
Nah, Disney's Recess. I always was happy watching that show.
I didn't have 51. Or
Oh, you were shaking.
You're
You didn't have
shaking it
51?
badly, bro.
for
I knew mine didn't have
YTV
51.
channel 40. Wait, if I had channel 45, then I
Then you
must
had
have had
Teletoon.
You definitely had.
51.
But you should have had 51 as well.
Teletoon was a
Everyone talks
goon
about
channel.
That's
man.
So Raven, and I
That's
haven't,
what was
oh.
fire.
I
Goated.
haven't watched that.
What?
I watched a couple one too, but
You have
bro,
Disney
not-
Plus?
That might be one of the
Yeah.
greatest
Yeah,
shows
you're
ever.
lacking then. Go start that tonight.
You're nasty.
Seriously, you'll love it.
You're nasty.
What else? Like JMR was saying, Beasties, Transformers, the Transformers that turn into animals. That was a
Beasties.
show.
Yeah.
Nah, that was whack still. I
wasn't watching that
I was not watching that
I was
still.
not watching that.
I was watching Nasty Classified School Survivor guy.
Oh, that was my number one,
What's
bro. I
the
love
what's the
that.
show with
That shit was funny, man.
There's a teacher and they all shrink into this little bus.
Oh, Magic School Bus.
Okay.
Or
That was old still. That was an old show.
Flying Rhino Junior High.
Oh my
Wait, what is that?
Anything
that?
is possible.
Isn't that being
Flying Rhino.
Ian?
No. No.
Being Ian, anything is possible, bro.
Nah, man.
Nah. It's only possible at
It's
Flying
only
Rhino.
possible at Flying Rhino Junior High, bro.
Okay, what's the one that we talked about before? The one where it's like there's this blue blob, Jacob, and his imaginary friends.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
That was a.
Goated.
It didn't make me feel right. That shit was a dark show.
You know what's funny? It was actually a very dark show. Very, very dark show.
Never
A
watched
lot
it.
of these shows are very dark.
And they did it on purpose.
They did it on purpose, for sure.
But they knew that their audience was kids, right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean,
Well,
of
Alex,
course they knew.
Programming, man.
I'm glad
It
you
all
talked
comes down
about
to
that.
programming.
But we're not gonna get into
But
that
we
because
ain't talking about
that's
that.
very deep.
Because what we're about to talk about,
The most wholesome show, Timothy Goes to School.
facts. But I
Best
hated
theme
that
song.
motherfucker, Claude. Fuck Claude.
Who's Claude? Is it
Any
the mouse?
man that's a Claude, you're a fucking bitch, eh? The other beaver or whatever the fuck.
The
other one.
Backyardigans.
Fire.
That was sick.
Yeah.
The best show on 45.
Futurama, no?
Carl Squared.
Oh, that was
Oh,
good.
Squid was good.
16.
Bro. 16. Life,
Life
is sweet.
when you're growing up so fast.
Na, 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 na,
Gotta
na.
make the good times last.
You know
That's
what-
the realest shit ever.
There's
What
a
about
show
8
that-
Simple Rules?
Fire. But
No,
when
it's
the
actually fire.
when
You
the
didn't fuck with it?
when the father died, why was I crying in my bed, bro?
Yeah, that was a good.
That was a fucked up. Oh my god.
I used to watch
You know, Total Drama Island. I didn't like it, but I
First
kept watching
season
it.
was fire. Everything else, booty butt cheeks. Alex, man, we're about to get into the questions.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Oh yeah, there's a Q&A, right?
Oh yeah.
We got a Q&A at the end.
Nice.
I just want to say thank you for everybody that sent a request or sent a story, or sent a question. Sorry, but this is the crazy part right now, right?
Yeah.
Let me get these honorable mentions out the way.
Did they write their names and everything?
Whoever said, "Why do you have a lisp?" Fuck you.
For me? Or
For me,
They said that?
yes.
What a slut.
Shout out to the man who said, "Why is Alex such a puss?" We know who you are.
who's that? Is that?
We know who it is.
Okay.
Is Solomon actually uncircumcised? Solomon, can you please just let them know what it really is?
Listen,
They want to know.
Bro, fuck all that, man. E-Twain Jones is a fucking cocksucker. I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. E-Twain, unless you reveal yourself, I'm not giving the truth. So fuck you.
Someone said black jav.
What does that mean?
We'll get to
Don't
that
worry.
off camera still.
That's off camera thing.
JAV?
Nah.
You know what? We're just gonna stop. How big are you, bro? Just wondering. I know who did that one too. I know who sent that
That was a
one.
good one.
Which starter are you going with on Pokemon Diamond?
Oh, that's a
What
good-
is wrong with
Yo,
y'all?
Okay,
Squirtle
that-
all the way, man. Wait.
Oh, here's a big shout out. Shout out to Migs at MIGGZ. If it's Alex, ask my boy when he's gonna get a tap from me. Alex, please.
Let's set something up soon, bro. I need
That means in 3
my
months.
shoulder, bro.
He needs his shoulder covered
my
up,
shoulder.
so.
And then
Which location is he at?
I'm not sure. You're gonna have to slide into his DMs for that one, player.
We gotta wrap this up still. Man's are steaming.
What is Solomon thinking right now? What are you thinking right now?
What am I thinking right now?
That's what they want to know.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to wrap this up.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking still.
All right, yo. Alex, first question
That was a good one still, whoever asked that.
that they want answered. What's a good friend? What are signs of good friendships? Shout out to whoever
Real one.
put that
You're a real
up.
one for that.
You're a real one. Alex, they want to hear your opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna answer. Oh, I'm gonna answer this in like multiple ways. So for me personally, a good friend is someone like who holds space for me. And okay, so you know when like you're talking to someone and then like they tell you about their day, it's like, yo man, I just watched this movie or something, or this just happened in my day, and then they use that as a springboard to talk about themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck that. It's like I think like a good friend, as far as I'm concerned, has like there's a reciprocal opening up where like let's say I talk about my day, you listen, you talk about your day, and it's this reciprocal opening up. We're going back and forth versus like a one-sided friendship where it's like I'm just gonna yap all the time. You know what I mean? And I think a good friend. I wrote a post like a week ago or a couple weeks ago on agape. So, agape is it's a Greek word for unconditional love, and the Greeks define like they had a good vocabulary for love, because when we talk about love, like in the modern Western culture, it's just like one thing. It's you say for everything. I love my friend. I love ice cream. I love my partner. You know what I mean?
But it's all different.
For the Greeks, they had eros, which was this romantic love, like the sexual, being at union with one person. So this erotic love.
Yes.
You had philia, which was this friendship, camaraderie kind of love.
Okay.
And you have agape. And this was like the love that God had for you. And it's kind of akin to the love that a parent has for a child, where the parent wants to create the person. So let me explain that. So when you have a baby, they're basically like a slug, like a blob. And I'm pulling from John Vervaeke's work right now. You don't have an erotic love for them.
Definitely not.
You don't have a filial love for them. They're not your friend.
No.
You you want to create them. You want them to be a person. What that means is like you're creating the conditions for them to grow. And I think like a good friend is someone who kind of mirrors who you could be. And they go like, oh, they see you for you, they accept you for who you are.
Right.
And they're like, okay, here's what you are and what you can be. And I'm not going to impose that growth on you, but I'm going to show you who you could be and allow you to grow in that direction, whatever you choose. So that would be agape, you know? It's just, you're participating in someone's growth to be who they want to be.
Marvelous.
It's beautifully said, you know? No one... I feel like people are probably going to be like, oh, this guy's going to give you some cookie cutter bullshit answers. Yeah, you got to do this, you got to do that. Take that in. Just take in what he said. We'll rewind this part over and over and over.
Because I think
Let
like...
it sink in.
You know, like...
Let it really sink in.
We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think if I was a bad friend, I would just see you as the version of Gilleon that I'm used to. Versus like, oh shit, this guy's growing. This guy's becoming a different person. And I have to commit myself to seeing like, oh, like you're a different person and kind of renew my conception of who you are and meet you there and be like, oh, okay, this is Gilleon now. You know what I mean? Like, how could I support him in his growth?
Just know.
And how could I see you as you are and who you're yet to be? You know what I mean? Versus like,
just know.
You're the Gilleon from high school and like, you're this person, I'm going to treat you in this way, etc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
This is the thing, though,
You're right? I like that. That's a good answer.
Nobody's gone through the most, like, I'd say drastic. Your growth has been exponential. From, you know, who you were in high school to who you are now. And mans have just been there, you know, through the journey. Yeah. All mans, all of us. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen that. And mans are still here for you, bro.
I appreciate that,
Just
man.
know that, man. Just know that.
You guys been here for real.
It's a snap
We've
right there.
seen it all. We've seen it all, man. And just know the growth is crazy.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for more. Just waiting for more, bro. All right. That's part one.
Thank you.
Here's another question. Thank you for sending that in. We appreciate you. Number 2. Is flirting with a stranger considered cheating? Yes. Done. Next question. No, I'm kidding. What do you think about that, Alex?
Wait, let me know what you think first. Let me get
Yes.
your guys' opinion.
Alex,
What level of... Yeah, I would say yes, but it depends.
Unambiguous
though,
yes.
Like, what do you say flirting? What are you saying? Oh, you look nice.
Wait, what's the question?
Or are you
Is
saying
flirting
some
with a
shit?
stranger?
Is flirting with a stranger considered cheating?
Okay, I would say yes, but it depends on what you're saying, fam. I'm trying to tear you up right now.
So-
Isn't that like that's some next
You
level?
think some people are that direct?
Fam, I
when it
don't
comes to
know.
flirting?
You never know, bro.
100%. There are
You
definitely
think so?
There are some people
Bro, if
like
you're
that,
saying
for
that-
sure. And it's not the majority.
And then they just say that.
Like, fuck right now.
Yo, bro, what does that mean? That's
You're in
fuck.
line at Wendy's.
At Wendy's.
Excuse me, miss. I know mans that are like that. I've seen it in person. It's crazy.
I don't
What a
believe
thing
it,
at
bro.
Wendy's,
I
yeah,
don't believe
yeah.
it.
Yo, I'm not even gonna say nothing else. We'll talk off
I can't
camera.
believe it.
Okay,
Continue.
so I think cheating is flirting with flirting with the stranger cheating. Cheating is mutually defined because like everyone has their own expectations and assumptions of what is considered cheating. You have your own relational history, so you have to kind of define those boundaries. Because like what I consider cheating might be different for you. And we tend to assume that we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we're not. Like, what if someone is just has a naturally flirty personality, right?
Oh, then you're not my girl, and we're done.
So fundamentally, like,
right here, Gilleon.
You want to know why I say that though? It's because I'm not that guy.
but
You
so
know what I'm
you
saying?
would have to define those boundaries. You have to delineate them. It's like this is what I'm not okay with.
You're right, but
If
also
discover
at the
that.
same
That's true.
time, I don't think I would
Go for someone
I
like
would
that.
go for somebody.
Of course
like that.
not.
You get what I'm saying?
Simple.
And I have in the past, but now I know better. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but like, let's just say, okay. So fundamentally, I think
Sorry.
cheating is like a violation against an agreement that you had made in the relationship. So let's say some people like. Excuse me.
Other people's posts. Oh, because that's
That's actually valid.
That's like
Someone
I
could
could
say like, yo,
that's
yo,
fine.
why are you liking this other person's post?
I'm not
right?
insecure like that. That's nothing.
Some people actually like they don't mind other. What was that?
I'm sorry,
Yo, that was fucked.
Something just exploded, yo. Okay, my bad.
I went toot toot.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. So
Some
like
people don't mind other people casually flirting with strangers. That's what I'm saying. It's mutually defined.
people
so
don't
you have
mind.
to discover that with like.
I'm
between
just
you
saying
You
and-
gotta have that conversation first.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
there's levels to flirting though, bro. Like the man can be direct and be like, I'm trying to tear you up right now.
And you're like, oh really?
Are you dumb? What do you mean? Oh,
Okay,
really?
So what would be appropriate flirting as far as you're concerned?
I want to hear what you're. For
I
me,
don't know, man. Like,
there is no appropriate flirting.
nah, like, cause I'm not insecure in that sense, right? Where I'd be like, oh, yo, manas, you can't do that. You can't say this. I'm not trying to control the woman.
oh,
but-
definitely not.
There should be a level of respect. You can't just
And
be
that's
out
what
there
I'm saying.
saying like, oh my gosh, like I love your hair.
See, you
and
guys
that,
see,
that
that's the thing.
weird
But see,
shit.
to
Not
you,
everyone-
that's not that deep. Or
Yeah.
to you, that's not that deep.
To some next man, that could be a little bit zooked.
Yeah.
It could trigger him.
It's
To most
sorry,
guys, to be
subjective?
honest.
So, like
It
he
might be
has his
subjective.
own
It sounds
values on
subjective.
what is appropriate or not.
Yeah.
And like they may not match with someone else, and having that conversation might be super
It's a little
uncomfortable
weird.
because it's like, okay, we don't agree on this, but we're gonna have to compromise, you know. And I think sometimes too, it's like you gotta make sure if your partner is super insecure, trying to like
Yeah, but most men are.
build them up. So here's an example. If you have a super insecure partner, get a paper, tear it up, and write down all the things that you love about them. And whenever they're shaking it and they're feeling insecure, just tell them, yo, read this right now. You know, like make them feel loved. You know, in an honest way, of course.
And you start listening to all the positives, right?
Yeah, just to let them know, like, yo.
Okay. And like, oh, Jav, yeah, it's nice.
What is
No, you're
that?
right. Oh, we'll
Don't
get
worry,
to it.
man. We'll get into it after. We'll get into it after, man.
But I like that idea of writing it down, like reinforcing positive,
Exactly, and you're like,
positive values or traits of the person that you're with.
Yeah.
That's facts.
But
Especially
yeah,
if they're
so
low.
it's a violation against what has been agreed upon.
So if you agreed upon not fucking flirting with some strangers or some shit,
Isn't that a little
she
bit weird
violates
though?
that?
Isn't that weird though?
what do you mean?
Flirt with a stranger?
That's what
But
some people do,
don't,
bro. That's
some people don't think that's serious.
they don't
you
even
know
think
what I
it's flirting. They
Okay,
might not
give
even
me,
look
give
at
me,
it as
give me just a scenario
mean? Okay,
of
like
flirting with a stranger, not a coworker or a friend, but a
It's
stranger.
a nice Thursday morning. You're strolling out on the streets. You're going to a coffee shop. You see the barista.
I
And you
see
just
that.
have some casual conversation.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
it's like you guys are, a little 1-2 jab here and there.
Okay.
I'm gonna take you out later. And she's like,
No. What if it's just like,
Okay, now let me hear.
you have a nice top.
Oh.
I like your top too.
Yeah,
Oh,
take it off right now.
You're going to the extremes, bro.
Wait, hold
Play it,
up. So
play it.
that's it?
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, I
what if
really like your jacket. That type of bullshit.
that might be
Or, like,
appropriate
you
for
have
someone.
A really nice smile. Like,
I think that's
Your
okay.
lips are looking crazy right now.
That's fine.
Okay.
Your lips are looking
So-
crazy right now. That's not fine. Are you fucked?
Okay. If she's complimenting the clothing, that's light.
Or if she says your muscles are so big, it's brilliant.
Oh, bro, that's lust. That's fucked, man. She's trying to mosh. How can that be okay if you say you're with somebody, you slut? Get the fuck out of
I
here.
don't know, man. The only thing, you know, all I gotta say is, bro, the saying, treat others how you would like to be treated, that's how I operate.
Who coined
That's
that?
the thing,
Who
though,
coined
And
that?
I have to have the conversation with the person first to understand what the boundaries are. But you break the fucking boundaries and you fucking do all that shit, then
Broski.
what are we talking about
Come
here,
on,
man?
man.
But
There-
see, this is what I'm trying to say. Like,
there needs to be an
there's individual
understanding.
differences between you and your partner.
You're right.
So, like, how
But if
you
we
would want to
talked
be
about it-
treated. Yeah, hold on. Like, how you would want to be treated might be different for them.
You're right.
And then for sure, you're gonna have that conversation with them.
Yeah.
But if the
we
conversation
have the
doesn't align,
conversation- but if it doesn't even align,
then we're not
we got
together
nothing here.
still.
If
You know
that's
what I
not,
mean?
like, if that's something you're not willing to compromise on, then I guess that's
That's
what it
that,
is.
man.
That's that.
I think it's that simple. Because I feel like people will still go and get into the relationship, and then the same shit's gonna happen, and
then
now
they
you're
get-
crying about it.
Yeah, you see, well, then fuck
She
you,
told
man.
you what it was, dog.
Yeah.
She told you what it was. So what were you doing? You're expecting to change that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I suppose, yeah.
That's the universal
Okay,
answer.
do you not agree?
Okay.
What do you think?
Outline it for me.
Al, Big Al.
Okay, bro.
Big Al, please.
We're
What do you
both
think?
different.
Let go of Big Al, man. That's not happening.
Okay, listen. We're both different.
We're both different.
Yes. What I like may not be the same as my girl, and what she might like might not be the same as mine. We have this conversation.
Right.
She says certain shit, and it's not aligning with what the fuck I believe.
Right. Big facts.
Why are we gonna continue? Like, why continue it? Why do people continue from there?
Because sometimes, like, you could be compatible with someone on so many levels, and you're bound to have one thing that doesn't align, and that's where you just go like, you got to compromise in some way.
For sure.
Depends if
No.
it's a small,
It
a small
depends. Like,
thing.
But if it's
we're
one of your
talking
core
about,
values,
but we're
Oh,
talking about. But
get the
listen.
fuck out.
We're
Okay,
talking
continue.
about talking with a stranger. That's what we're talking about right now. So, like, how I would view cheating, like with a stranger. Like, that's kind of what we're talking about. So that's the main thing right now.
so flirting with a stranger is considered cheating for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it depends on the level of flirtation. Like you
That's
said,
what
if
I
you
would
got some
say.
crazy lips, that's
Yeah.
why you're hitting on someone, obviously.
But,
you know?
but
what
why?
I'm
But
saying.
why is she doing that though?
Hold up.
Hold on, like-
I'm trying to get to a point here. We had the conversation, and that is a non-negotiable for me.
Okay.
And if it's a non-negotiable, then we don't have anything to talk about. If it's something we could work on, that's a different story. But if in your mind, this is something that is not gonna fly,
Right.
no matter what, and she's telling you this is how it is, and this is how she is, what are you doing then, bro?
I
In
agree.
your mind, it's
I
a
agree.
non-negotiable. In your mind.
Right.
And you had the conversation.
Right.
So why, like, regardless of all the other compatibilities, this non-negotiable is something that's who she is and that's what she's about. So why would you pursue that? You get what I'm saying?
Right. I mean,
That's what I'm trying to
when
say.
you're laying it out like that, it's like, okay, there's a non-negotiable that you're not agreeing with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go out. But like,
Yeah.
I want to emphasize on that conversation, like when you have that conversation, to try to really empathize with how they see things. Because you have to step out from your like the way you see things and be like, okay, how does this person view the world? And that's a hard thing to do. That takes practice because you're gonna because we're really stuck in our own ways of viewing things.
I agree.
To really step out and be like, okay, this is how this person sees the world. That takes a lot.
You're right.
And like to do that, like maybe things could shift and be like, okay, maybe saying that you have crazy lips that's off the table. But how about like I like your talk? Maybe I could do that. You know?
Then I
because
wouldn't
That's
care.
just the type of
But-
person I am.
For sure.
And
But
like
you
having
see-
that compromise is something that I want to emphasize.
Yeah. So this is the thing for me, because this is with a stranger. So how would I even know what's really going on? You get what I'm saying? How would you?
Hi.
Your girl could be just doing this, and that's just in her character. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you won't really know what's being said. It's something you're gonna have to hug if you're willing to hug it.
Like,
Or-
wait.
Yeah, you might not want to hug that, and that's also okay. And that's what I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it is. You know,
That was a great jab answer. Yeah.
you gotta stop saying job.
So what's the next question? It's a big jigga, formerly known or newly known as.
Oh, Alex, this is a good one right here.
Oh,
You ready for this one?
let's hear it, man.
Let's go.
Why do people go back to toxic relationships?
Oh, that's a good one still. That's a tough one to answer as well.
Okay. I guess this also like incorporates the answer. Like people always ask, like, do we really marry our parents? Like you hear that, right? Like we end up marrying our moms, or you end up marrying your dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're a kid, you learn what love is from your primary caregiver, whether that be your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, whoever's taking care of you. 'Cause-
I took care of myself.
no, but
No, I'm not playing.
take this in,
Continue,
you're you,
continue. Yeah.
and this is all you know, okay? And you're learning through your interactions with them what love is, how you connect with people, how you bond with someone.
All right.
So you internalize that from them, and that becomes your model of how relationships and love looks like.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
100%.
that's all you know.
You're moldable as a child. You don't know anything else other
that's
than
all.
what you're being shown.
100%.
Right. So the way you interact with your primary caregivers and what you see, like if you see your mom and dad, or how they interact, that's how you learn what love is, and how to engage in relationship.
Yeah.
So that becomes your model, or you could say your script, the narrative, and then you start to seek out people that match that model because it's what's familiar. It's what's familiar to you. That's all you know. So let's say if you grow up in a chaotic environment, quote unquote toxic, you're used to that. You're used to that environment, and your sympathetic nervous system is always fired up. You're in this fight or flight response where you're just like, it's a chaotic environment. that's all you know, you're probably gonna seek that. And when you find people like that, it's just like, oh, this is normal. This is what love is like. This is the person. You know when people say like, I have a type, I don't have a type. It's like, okay, yeah, you don't have a type. Maybe you don't find any particular physical trait attractive, and you're okay with everything. But people actually do have a type, and
100%.
it's that the type is like that model that we've internalized as a kid.
From a kid, yeah, facts.
And then
Talked
after
about this.
Programming, man.
And then after, like,
spoke
you've
about
internalized this model, this is the model that you seek or you're used to. And so when people fall into toxic relationships time and time again, it's just like that's all they know. So one of the major things is to like become aware that this is a pattern that I'm falling into. You know?
I have a question. Is it possible that somebody that wasn't necessarily in a toxic environment would end up gravitating to something like that? Like, could it be like everything was so blessed, you're craving some fucking toxicity? Is that a possibility? Or is that not something like, when you've studied it, like the studies don't match up to that? Or do people that always usually like end up in toxic relationships, like, is that because they've always been around the toxicity?
Yes, you're the last question. But I think like if you've been in secure relationships all the time, like even with like your friendships or their secure relationships, you wouldn't seek that. It would just be like a red flag, like, oh, why is this?
You would already put that away.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Anything, Solomon? You good on that?
Everything it makes sense to me. Yeah, 100%.
Guys, like, let's just cut this.
Turn the fucking AC.
And Alex, this is your specialty right here.
It's good to
Last
me.
question is, what the hell is shadow work or the shadow? I know we've had many of these
We've
conversations.
had so many of these conversations. So, how much time do we have left?
Doesn't matter, bro. We're already in the long haul,
We're
player.
past gone.
We're past gone.
Shit, does that say 2 hours and 58 minutes?
No, it's
1
been an
hour. And, it's about to be 2 hours.
It's about
Okay.
to be
Okay. Are you still with us, Solomon?
100%. Never left. I just want to take a bite of my burger, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it on camera though. But
Help yourself, man.
yeah, shadow. Let's talk about this.
The shadow. Are you guys familiar with the shadow?
I'm not. That's
I
why.
am because of you. but
Okay.
For
Yeah.
those who don't know.
Okay, so
for a bit.
the shadow, okay, is the part of ourselves that we've neglected, we've dismissed, we've denied in ourselves, we're ashamed of, and we just push it out. So let me give you an example for that. Let's say I'm gonna ground this. I'm gonna ground this in like very practical, in a practical reality.
Right.
Let's say you grow up in a family where you can't express your anger. Like if you showed anger to your mother, father, or whoever's raising you, it's like they chastise you for
You
that.
got beef for it.
Exactly. Like you're not allowed to show anger. That's something that you've cut out from yourself. You've dismissed it. You've denied it, and you grew up thinking, okay, I can't show anger. That's a part of me that I just cannot show anymore. It's been split off from you. You're gonna grow up not showing anger, and it's gonna bite you in the ass. Like, because it never just goes away. Instead of outwardly being angry, you're gonna be passive aggressive. It's gonna come out in different ways. So, like, shadow work is just reclaiming all the parts that you split off from yourself. Like, a big one is like for men. Most men deny the feminine aspect inside of them, or like I don't want to say feminine. It's the classically feminine idea of like having emotions, and being in touch with your feelings.
But
Because-
anger's an emotion though, isn't it?
For sure, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about being vulnerable, specifically.
Okay.
How like
Those emotions.
it's a norm in society to like men cannot show their emotions like that.
Can't cry.
Quit
can't-
being a
Exactly.
bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's
So
what we're faced with when we do.
we
show the
split off
emotion.
that becomes part of our shadow now. It becomes split off from ourselves, and then so a part of shadow work is just bringing that back, integrating those parts that you've neglected out. So, and we talk about like this with like evil too, because a lot of people think like being a good person is like there's no ounce of evil in you, but Carl Jung, the person who talks about the shadow a lot, who originated this idea, like he says that like everyone's human, okay? We're all human, and nothing human is alien to us. So what he means by that is like everyone has all these traits: narcissism, guilt, greed, promiscuity. Like we all have the capacity for all of those things. And what we try to do is we try to like, okay, no, I want to be a good person. I want to split all those parts of us. I mean, split all those parts. And like we need to integrate those parts back into us.
You just need to have it there, but
See, like exactly. So
you gotta have it. Like it has to be in you. Like you can't just be like, yo, fuck this. This doesn't exist.
But what
you gotta understand that.
But what
it
dictates
exists.
that though? How do you know if you have it or if you don't have it?
So okay, going back to the anger part, like when you're being passive aggressive, a good way of integrating that is like being assertive now. So you take like assertiveness training because a lot of people like don't know how to like. Sorry, a lot of people have a hard time
Explaining their thoughts.
expressing their needs because like going back to the anger part, like
You're right. Continue.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say yes to what he's saying in terms of assertiveness, but like the way I come across, if I deliver a point, they would say it's aggressive, because like I just come directly, like, to your face and I'm like, yo, boom, 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 whatever it is, whether it's minor or large. So they'll deem that as this guy's an aggressive fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? But no, I'm just speaking you directly. So that is me being assertive and me being like, yo, nah, chill. But they're going to take it as aggression. But I don't buy that, though. Because I don't think that's aggression. Because me yelling or me raising my voice doesn't mean I'm being aggressive. I'm just conveying my fucking, expressing my thought or whatever the fuck. You know? But people have a hard time doing that. So as you were saying, it comes out passively or it comes out, or they just keep it inside. And then they all of a sudden burst and be like a fucking panic attack. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's on them, you know, those individuals, which is a lot of people.
I think like to what you're saying, like people have different expectations on how
exactly
people should communicate with each other. So maybe they've like I don't know, like they're just used to
people beating around the bush.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be meek about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that. Because no one's gonna listen to you, bro. Being assertive kind of ties in with being sort of aggressive, I guess, but not. When you think aggressive, you think forceful. He's gonna punch you out, right? When you think aggressive,
being assertive is being clear and stating what you need.
Exactly, but so how would you state that without coming off aggressive? How would you express your thoughts without being considered aggressive?
In a tone that, I guess that is not aggressive, but then that's.
You see the problem though?
But like, I guess it's communicated like non-verbally too. Like when. Like you kind of feel that, like you know, if someone's being aggressive, it's not only in their voice, it's the way they look at you, the eyes. You know what I mean?
If you're like this, yo, boom, boom, boom. Obviously, they're gonna look at that aggressively.
Honestly, Gilleon, you shouldn't be doing that. That sounds like a bitch to me. It is what it is, man. But I do see what you're saying. So it's kind of a problem within professional life, man. School.
Also,
work.
I don't know, man. Not everyone's like, some people are used to the aggression, but not everyone is, and like, or, not even aggressive, just assertiveness. Some people are used to people beating around the bush around them.
Yeah.
So when a real one comes around and tells you how it is, they crumble.
Yeah.
But it's because they're not used to like they're
that,
used to people beating around the bush around them. And when somebody comes around like, yo, I don't like that shit. Don't do this, this, and that. When I said that, did that sound aggressive?
No, but they'll say that's aggressive though,
well,
fam.
to you it didn't. To you though.
It sounded aggressive.
I
Right?
think there could be a better way of saying that. It's like,
Nah, you see, I'm not
you
here
said
to
I don't like that
compromise,
shit.
fam.
Because it's like
When
defensive.
I say I
you
don't
know what
like
mean?
that shit, yeah, I agree with you. That's probably not the right way.
So would
to
you say swearing makes it worse?
Definitely. Definitely. I think so.
Fuck you! Bow!
I think the swearing definitely does make it a little worse still.
You're incompetent. Fuck you! Boom! What's worse?
You're incompetent because that looks like an attack.
See, that's the thing.
Right?
So like, what they
Incompetent
say
behavior.
in like couples counseling is never to say
Direct
say
assault.
I instead of you. You know, like
So-
you always do this, or never, and also never say always, because like no one ever always does something.
That's true.
And then you're in an accusatory like mode when you
Well,
say
Jalon
that.
always smiles, right? So I always tell him that.
But like, you know, he's like,
Except
you
for
always
right
just
now.
leave your socks on the
dishes
floor.
in the sink.
It's just straight
Actually,
beef
I-
from there.
Broski,
And
You know
then,
what's funny?
this is my rebuttal.
Revoking the-
I cleaned that shit yesterday. I might have left it the other 58 times, but I cleaned it yesterday.
Yeah, you're right.
More issues, bro.
So you would just say, I feel. And it's just because, like, you take responsibility for your emotions and you're not blaming the person. You know, like, when you say you, it's a very, like, yo, Solomon, you're you.
It's direct.
It's like, and then you want to just, like, you want to puff up.
Puff
you want to be
up.
defensive, you know?
Brought
'Cause
up.
it's
On the
like-
defense
it's a
after
straight,
Brought
exactly, you know what I'm
up.
saying?
You gotta
But
brought up
when you
still.
take responsibility for your
Yeah.
emotions, it's like, I feel like, okay, let's just say you're my boy.
Right.
You are my boy, but I mean, let's just
Yeah,
say,
yeah. I
let's
know what you mean.
just
No, I
say,
know what you mean.
Nah, it's okay.
you've
Alex, we know
been, you've
you
been
hate
flaking on, you've been flaking on me
Yeah.
five times straight.
Damn.
And I'm just cheesed. I could be like, yo, man, you're flaking. Like, you're flopping all the time. You're not.
Mhm. You're
not
not
being a
being
good
100,
friend.
man. You're not being a
I
real
just say,
one.
like, you
Yeah.
could say, like, you take it back, you know, see, like, you know how I'm blaming you?
Mhm.
And right away, you just feel like, okay, I got to defend myself. You want to orient yourself in a way where, like, we're friends, right? So
Yeah.
we're on the same team. We both
That's
want to get to the same place.
That's
You're
true.
like, I feel like the times that we've been like I've been trying to hang out with you, that you okay, fuck, I don't know how to say it right now.
You know what's
get what I'm
crazy? I know
saying?
why he's saying this right now. And I know why he's saying this exact fucking thing right now.
Why?
We'll talk about it after.
It involves who?
It's okay. It involves me.
Okay.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
Continue. Yeah.
So see, I don't, because this is vulnerable to say, but like
Mhm.
you're putting it on you. I feel hurt that you've been flopping these times, and I really want to connect with you, and I appreciate if we spend more time together. Versus, see, I know that sounds like, okay, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Like,
That sounds like
But-
what you're talking about, yeah.
when I just say, yo, man, you've been flopping, like,
Getting paid.
you want to, it comes from a
So-
vulnerable place, but like, that's what you're feeling, you know?
Mhm.
That's the
Instead of-
difference.
And like, you're not, and when I say that,
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to win with you.
Mhm.
You know, we're trying to get to a certain place. If I just say, yo, you're always flopping, yo, stop being a piece of shit,
Mm.
where's that going to get us?
Well, it would get the individual angry, sad, whatever. Depends on the person that you're saying that to. But is it the truth? What you're saying? Is that the
But
truth?
does it help? Is it constructive?
Maybe not right away, but I'm gonna have a constructive conversation right after. But I need to say that with that tone and that expression first. I need to get you riled up, because the way I'm feeling is riled up. So I need you to feel that you're being a punk bitch. You need to hear me say that, and I want to see how you react. And then we have a conversation, and I start giving you the facts. Because the thing is, Alex, whenever I have a conversation with people, and I know they're incorrect, I'm coming to you with factual-based evidence. I never come to you with fucking theories, because I don't believe in theories. Theories is a joke. Take a piss.
He literally,
No. I'm just saying.
he literally just went into bare theories today.
No. I'm not in that sense. I'm saying in a
okay.
relationship,
Where do
friend-on-friend
you think facts
basis.
come from?
We'll get to it.
They derive from theories.
I'll get to that, but I'm saying, when I say theories, not theory bullshit as in like what you're saying today. I'm saying in a conversation of like the individual flopping. We'll use that as the example. I'm gonna come to you directly, like, yo, on this occasion, you fucked up. I never exuded any of these characteristics. So when I come to you deliberately, right in your face, and I'm gonna explain to you. Why? Because I'm 100% correct. And how I'm giving it to you is because I feel like I've been disrespected and, treated a certain way. And I don't give a rat's ass how I come to you. Because you're
Solo,
fucked.
absolutely, your feelings are valid, okay?
Right.
However,
Are you saying, is it gonna work?
Like-
is that gonna solve the problem?
like, you're gonna win a battle of being right, but like,
Well,
this is a long-term friendship, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're not trying to. Do you want to win this one battle, or do you want to win all the battles? We're trying to think long-term, bro.
I see what you're
so
saying.
like, there's a way of communicating that's like not aggressive, where you're gonna get this man riled up.
I think you're riled up.
Like, then no one's gonna win. We're just gonna be arguing over some shit it's
Arguing.
not even relevant to the conversation.
okay,
you know?
so you're right. I see what you're saying.
But what
So-
if I?
but-
Well, then
There's a
see,
way
this-
of transforming
I
that
agree
into a
with
way that's constructive.
I
Is what
agree.
I'm just trying
You're
to say.
right. No, I agree with
exactly
that.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I agree with that.
It's the
Okay.
deliverance, man.
It's all delivered.
It's all about the deliverance.
Because
Comedy.
you
it's all
could
about the
still
delivery.
express your anger
Yeah.
in a constructive way,
I'm
in a
not
way
happy
that
with you.
can reach you, that
But-
doesn't get you defensive. So we could both work on trying to. This is the problem, okay? I'm not trying. I don't want to verse you. I want to verse this problem. We're gonna conquer that problem.
Yeah.
And it's not about me winning against you. or who's right, or who's wrong. Then we're gonna go on the details, like, oh, but you didn't hit me up on this, or the text of this, and then you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, right? If my boy's paging me,
That means you've been fucked up. You've been fucking up.
I'm gonna sit back and look, and I have to also look at if I described this exact scenario to them.
Your
For
perspective.
example, if I'm getting paged for flopping, did I say that I was gonna be like this?
You say
That I
you'd
was
be like,
that I wasn't gonna be available? Did I state this in the
Oh.
past?
So this is a.
see,
This
but now
is just me and you right now.
This is me and you right now. This is me and you right now. At the beginning of the year, did I say, yo, this is how it's gonna be from now on?
That's what you're saying.
But you didn't actually and actually in all defense, he actually came to me. This is why I rate this guy. The exact same way that he just said that it should be tackled, that's exactly how he came to me. So
And what if I came to you like, yo, you're a bad friend?
I would be like, broski.
Suck a dude.
No. I would just be like, bro, I told you this already.
But what I'm trying to say is like, wouldn't that evoke a defensive
But
attitude
it
towards
depends on the person.
No, it would. But at the end of the day, since we already had the conversation, in my mind, I'd be like, yo, you're tripping right now. Because we already had the combo.
Facts.
If it's something we never talked about, and you came to me like that, then I would 100% be like, yo, I'd be on the defense. Cause I'd be like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I already, blah, blah, blah. But you're right. If you came to me right, so we didn't have that issue, obviously. If you came to me crazy, I'd page you right back. But
That's normal.
no. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
The way he's saying it, it doesn't have to get to that point where we're both paging each other.
Yeah, you want to win with your boy.
It just has to be a mutual understanding of, yo, this is how it is. You didn't come to me crazy. I'm not going to come to you crazy. We're going to be on the same page. We both apologize.
Yeah.
My bad, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So that's being cordial, respectful. I get
That's
it.
what I'm
'Cause
saying.
that's your friend.
But that's what he's saying too.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay.
He's right. 100% right.
So you are correct.
And you and I both probably just got to chill out a little bit, you know?
It depends, man.
But no. Even with me, bro, this shit he's saying isn't easy to do. We all know
hard
that
to
this
practice.
shit is not easy to do, bro.
For sure.
Like, this shit is not easy. People
Because
really got to
there's a certain
sit
amount of
down.
vulnerability. Like when you go like, yo, man, I'm feeling sad, hurt.
And it
XYZ.
also has a in relation to, you're my dog. If you're a random man, it's different. I'm not.
I'm not
it's
coming to
gonna
you as
be. It's
respectful.
good.
yeah.
No, it's just gonna be like straight up. It's gonna be so hard for me to sit back and be like, yo, all right, It's gonna be hard for me to sit down and accept that because you're not my dog. There's no rapport built. Why am I gonna sit back and waste my energy on this
Right.
shit? It's gonna be a fuck you, and it's gonna be the end of that. Is that right? I don't know, but
Do
if
we
you
care?
have no relevant, no, it's not even that. Because in the moment I'm gonna care, because it's gonna be annoying. Do you have relevance to my life? No. So do I care what happens from this outcome? Definitely not. If you're somebody I care about, I'm gonna it's tough to do, but you're gonna have to sit back. This is if you care, bro. And honestly, you could use this in anything. Like, you don't even have to care. If you're a real sick man, like a real good individual, you probably would do it for all interactions. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm human, bro. I know what my
Yeah,
issues
bro. Like
are,
this
bro.
isn't ideal. Like, but it's nothing. You have to be this way at all times.
But
we
we
strive
should
to be
should
there.
strive to be
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But fuck, bro, nah, that shit doesn't happen all the time, man.
For sure. But that doesn't mean
Don't
that
even sound.
But that doesn't mean we could try to reach that. Like the idea of like I told you about authenticity. This is an ideal, and I'm aware that we can't reach these states. But
You can
could
aspire.
strive
You
to
could,
be
yeah.
it. Exactly.
And this conversation sprouted from feminine emotions, right?
Nah. It came actually from
I'm pretty sure it wasn't from feminine.
No.
Because
It
you
came
started
from
saying
this.
that, and then
the shadow work.
ah,
Yeah,
nice, interesting.
beautiful.
Is
All
there
right.
more? Is there more questions?
One other question. Actually. One of my homies messaged me. I know who he is because he didn't fucking click the link. But he messaged me and he said he has zero fear for anything right now. He doesn't have any fear towards anything.
Great.
So to me, that's quite concerning. He has zero fear. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, no fear in his mind right now. Well, like, is there anything that you've studied that relates to being completely fearless? I don't know if it's positive or negative.
I don't know what that means though. Like, what do you mean by he has no fear in his mind? Like,
He's
he
not
could do
scared of it.
anything with any.
He could do
without-
anything without consequence. I think it's
So
everything encompasses to one thing.
Okay.
Like things that we all would normally have fear.
He has no fear to walk outside without any clothes on, without any, and he doesn't care about the rebuke that would come as a consequence of that. Is that what you're saying? He has no fear
To be honest,
about jumping
say-
outside.
just for conversation, I would say yes.
So he doesn't fear death. He doesn't fear
He
heights,
doesn't feel
animals.
death, doesn't feel nothing.
Going to prison.
Nothing.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Getting attacked.
What do you guys think?
He's ascended.
Bro, I think I just think
He's
that's
ascended.
scary, bro. I don't know,
He's
man.
ascended. It depends. There's obviously something that sparked that in his life. Something.
I
That's,
think he's definitely ascended though.
something's put him in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, some sort of traumatic experience
What do you think?
recently.
Because you personally know him, though. Like, you think he's shaking it? Like he's.
No, I don't think he's shaking it. And this is the crazy part. He's an individual where things have always just worked out for this man in all aspects. And I can't get too deep into it because it's some crazy shit, but like everything is just going in the way that he wants. I don't know why. I don't know how. Like, I've seen this trait in a lot of people, you know, like what they want and their luck is just so pristine and it's so amazing. Like luck is just on their side for every scenario.
Right.
So maybe that's why just things have been going so good for him. Even if the situation in my mind is fucking horrendous, the man just looks at the situation and says, "Yep, I'm not shocked." What do you think about people like that? Because there's multiple people I know with similar trait. I don't know if you've studied anything similar to that.
Might be it's, you know,
And they've told me, all of them has said, I don't know, man, like, I've just found something in life where it's like, not to sound like one of these, like, you know, hippie people talking about, like, vibrations and stuff. He's like, yo, I found the right life vibration. I'm on the right vibration. Even when things are bad, things are good.
Interesting.
he's probably doing a lot of reframing. So there's this idea in cognitive psychology and cognitive behavioral therapy where psychological distress is not a consequence of the event itself, but how we perceive the event. It's how you think of things depends on the outcome. So when you frame something, what does that mean?
You box it in,
You box it in.
and you look at only one aspect of that
Exactly,
photo.
and you
Or
neglect
whatever.
everything that's irrelevant, and you're just focusing on
Focus on that
something.
one moment.
So let's just say like something bad happens in your life, and that's all you see.
The negative.
You just see the negative, right? Reframe would be okay. How could I reframe this such that I could broaden my perspective and see that there are other things in my life that are just blessed. So I don't know, maybe he's doing that. He's like, okay, this shitty thing happened, and this is different from like always finding the silver lining. That's some bullshit. Like, this is like actively seeing how, yes, things are bad, but there's also this, and I'm gonna try to be. It's not being naively optimistic, but being okay. Let's just see it through this lens. It's not neglecting the bullshit, but it's saying like this is also true as well. And in that way, you could like build better perspective and be like, okay, like life is fucked up right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's also this. I got my family. You know, I have these good connections. I have good friends.
You don't look at
You know,
what
my
you've
health is
lost.
blessed.
You look at what you have.
Yeah.
Things like
So
that.
being grateful.
Being grateful
That's
for what
part
you
of
got.
being, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that concludes it then, eh?
I think that concludes it, bro. I'm
That
sweating
was
buckets.
yeah. That was a
So hot,
deep,
man. I'm so
very
hot.
deeply stimulating conversation
Yep.
by Alex.
Thank you
Big
very
Al.
much.
You guys, yo.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Alex,
for coming
pulling
on.
up, bro.
You did
We
well.
appreciate you.
Thank you,
We're
man.
gonna
It
run
was
this
really
back.
fun. It was
Yo,
really
it's
fun.
just there's so much to talk about, bro.
I know the mind is deep.
We kind of
Emotions are
rushed through
deep.
certain things, but bro,
We did skip a couple things here and there.
Yeah, we'll get back into it when you come back, man.
Alex,
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. That was perfect. We made the sound. Hopefully you could do it. Oh no, you guys have your own little thing.
You already know what it is.
Oh yeah, that was a sick handshake.
Alrighty, guys, you know what it is, man.
Mm-hmm. concluded.
YouTube, follow that.
Please follow.
Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. TikTok, follow us.
Please
like,
follow.
comment. There's no subscribe button.
Instagram.
Shakin It Podcast. Follow that.
Please follow.
Follow that. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Deal with those.
Please.
Listen to them while you're taking a shit. Please. It's not that bad. It's not that long, man. Just listen to them.
You'll like it. You know,
And with that being said, everybody's got something to say.
so come through and say it, players.
I already know.
Yes, sir.
Bow.
That was long, bro. That's our longest episode ever.
Hey, that is the longest.